Hey, everyone. Hey. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
Hello.
Our first podcast with a set in our new, beautiful Stage 5.
No longer in a van.
No longer in a van. We're here in celebration of the launch of Red vs. Blue Season 12. Congratulations, asshole. This week in the podcast, we have Gus.
Gavin.
Kerry.
Miles.
And Gus. In order to, this is a monumentous occasion. We're moving into Stage 5. We got all of this set up. Monumental. I bought special beer for everyone.
Monumental.
I've got it over here. People have been asking for beer.
What do you got? Yeah,
special.
So I found out the grocery store down the street sells growlers of beer. Pass those out.
You didn't.
You did.
Oh, no.
So I got everyone a growler of beer.
This is huge.
Yeah.
Was this like a 40?
It's cold.
That's 32 ounces.
32?
Oh.
Well, same thing.
What kind of beer is it?
True Texas.
Shit. You got the hillbilly one?
Dude, no joke.
How big is that? 50?
This is the 64 ounce.
Does it have like 3 X's on the side of it?
Oh my god.
Let's start a jug band.
How are you going to drive home?
You're going to drive.
No kidding. We are next to the biggest HEB I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's
so
amazing.
I went there and I ate at the cafe, and
There's no way your wrist is strong enough to tip it.
and they had all of these out. There was like they had glass and metal jugs, and they were like, you can't buy them and drink them there. It's like, get one to go. I was like, okay, I'll take 4.
So if you drink it with the label facing out, does your left hand have the strength to do that? I want to see you
I don't think so.
Try it.
I think my left hand. Hold on. Also, Mike is also in the way. So
This is good beer.
Oh wow, this is really good. On tap.
Look, you can do it.
I did it.
No.
I thought you were going to like start shaking.
Here in Texas, the heritage of making beer goes back over 150 years. They don't even make the beer. It's like the grocery store
So
sells
okay,
this.
here's what I understand. If you buy the growler, what's to stop you from like drinking on the way home?
Open
law,
container laws?
Well, I know, but it won't like if they don't see you, it's not open.
What?
Yeah,
It's like Schrodinger's beer.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just
It's
saying
either
like,
open or it's not.
Officer, you don't see the beer. It could be open. It could be
I'm
closed.
saying
Maybe it's both.
It's there, but there's a thing on it. So then, how do they know?
I see what you're saying. Like drink it and then like close it real fast.
Yeah,
The
just like
fucking.
no, you go get like a full size HEB bag, like paper bag, and just wrap it like you would like a 40.
So is
You have a
open,
problem,
doing that
Kerry.
for years. You realize that, right?
yeah,
does open container mean previously opened or currently open?
It means previously opened, I believe.
well, then
So
how
unsealed
would you
beer
ever
is
get this
breaking-
home then? That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
There's no seal on it.
Yeah.
It's just like you screw it
It's
on and you
always
unscrew
previously
I
it.
don't know.
open.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first
Do you have to
time.
like strap it to the roof so you know that you haven't?
Officer.
You gotta
My
put
hands
it.
are.
You gotta put it in the trunk. It's
Yeah.
like I couldn't possibly get
No,
back
I
there.
just let my kid carry it. I'm not
As he
drinking from
hides
it.
his really
Clearly.
long curly straw.
The equivalent of like a beer helmet, except it's a beer car.
This is really good beer.
So, I guess kind of related to that subject, there was a really fucked up story that happened this past weekend here in Austin. Speaking of drinking and driving, there was a fatality downtown, like at 8th and I-35, where a pedestrian was walking down the street and a drunk driver hit them, killed a person. You know, that's fucked up.
walking
no excuse for
in
that.
the road or on the.
I
pavement?
don't know all the details.
Okay.
All I know is the pedestrian got hit by a vehicle. The cops came. The guy blew, over the legal limit.
Right.
So they're in the process. They've taken him into custody. The cops have closed the road. There are cop cars everywhere. Lights going, flares in the
This is
road.
on 35 proper?
This
or
is
like
on the Axis Road.
The Axis. Okay.
Northbound 35.
Okay.
Like between 7th and 8th.
You listening? All right.
And there's video of this. So like there's video where the cops are like have this street closed. The cop cars everywhere. Flares in the road. Another drunk driver disregards them all. Drives through the crime scene. Cops have to dive out of the way.
Motherfucker.
And then they like go running, chasing after him. They like stop him. And then they're like, accosting him. Well, not accosting him. They're like taking him into custody,
Yeah.
figuring out what's going on. As this is going on, another car with a drunk driver comes through the same fucking intersection.
Was there drunk drag racing going on that night? What the fuck, man?
It's
Man, Gus, that's a terrible story.
That's a cop jackpot.
It's like they weren't even they're just
It's
there.
not jackpot. They don't want to arrest people. They have to.
But
They have quotas, right?
Come on, they want to arrest
That's
drunk
true.
drivers. I mean, you want to get that off
It's,
the road.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, the whole idea is that nobody commits something in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the person who
gonna reach that, right?
who
Crime
got killed was like a local like high profile Twitter user, like
really?
ATX hipsters. I guess they like chronicled like
Do they
music
get that
shows
tweet
and
every
stuff.
month that they're in the top 100 Twitter users? I get that every month. It's like some dude tweets at me. He's like, "Hey, you're in the top 100 Twitter users in Austin."
Now you're just bragging.
Yeah. I have like
Must be a small world.
yeah, seriously. You guys must be like in Pflugerville technically or
What's
something.
it like at the top, Kerry?
There's one guy talking to me on Twitter every once in a while.
King Shawcross.
Yeah.
Hashtag winners.
So you came back
Hashtag
from
thick.
you were on a flight the other day
Yeah, last night.
with they fucking put little personal entertainment things in all the seats.
Dude, yeah.
Yes.
I had a little conversation with American Airlines on Twitter.
Really?
Because
Were
I
you
was
talking
like,
about their programming or something?
I was like, sweet, and I had my foot on the thing, and they replied like in the picture. I had my foot on the front of the seat. I was in the front row. I was in first class because I have so many miles I can do that.
Fucking
Not
top of the
those
world.
Brag
miles,
about it.
But and then there's
Kilometers,
TVs on
to be
domestic
clear.
flights. Usually it's just on international flights.
Right.
Right. There's personal TVs. And they tweeted me, and I had my foot on the thing. So on Twitter, I was like, "Yeah, it's really awesome." By the way, I'm sorry for putting my foot on your new plane. New planes really excite me.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
sexually, or-
new technology.
Yeah, you're just like, you get in, you're like,
It's funny. One of the reasons
sorry.
I
You
stopped
could break
flying
it
on
in.
American Airlines and I switched to United was because United had orders for the 787 and American didn't. So I was like, oh, well, I want to be able to fly in the 787. So I switched like my loyalty with the mileage program over to United.
Is a 787 better than a 737?
What do you mean you switched? You just stopped
I
using
just stopped
the-
flying American and just
But then you had
started.
to start again.
Yeah, but I got like the credit card and everything.
The newer planes really just do look fucking futuristic. Like on the top, they have like all these blue lights, and I don't know. It looks like something out of the future.
And on the inside, they have interior lighting that changes color. Like it dims red when it's like,
Yeah, now they're just showing off. That's pretty much what they're doing.
They discovered what LEDs were.
They also pressurize better.
Oh, really?
So it's like you don't feel as fucked up. I feel like when I fly on some old planes, I'm gonna sound like an old man. My feet swell. So if I fly on
What,
an
you
S80,
pregnant?
my feet fucking swell and I have to take my shoes off on the plane.
So after Simple Walk, when we came back, our feet were already swollen from fucking walking like idiots.
So you had
And
double
then,
swell.
And then they swelled on top of that. I actually I could not put my shoe on my foot. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. My foot, I had to take my shoe off and I couldn't get it back on.
did your knob get bigger too? Is this like
you know.
a correlation now?
No, you
It's hanging so low already. I mean, come on, man.
You can't get much bigger than 0.
You don't
It's
get dick
it's-
swell.
No.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Dick
that's
swell.
why. That's
I
why
think it's
Mile
called
High
an
Club is a
erection.
thing.
That's a sweet band name, Dick
Swell.
Swell. I saw a band last night called The Men. They were okay. The band name just stuck with me.
Were they
though.
all
Men.
men?
They're all guys. But
It's
it's just
simple.
introducing.
It's like the
Men.
Smiths.
They're all
The
like
Smiths?
scrawny guys, but whatever.
The worst was, when we're currently now in our 5th studio ever as Rooster Teeth. Our 3rd
Yeah.
studio was downtown
Yes.
at the intersection of 7th and Congress, and below us was a pita pit, a pita restaurant.
Yeah.
And every year during fucking South by Southwest, they would play live music at that pita pit. The worst was there was one band. Well, there were 2 bands that stuck with me. I don't remember the name of the first one. One of them was like this old dude who sang like pirate chanties. He was like one guy by himself with a
Like
little
Assassin's Creed
accordion.
4.
And he was awesome. But the worst band that ever played below us in the Peter Pit was a band called 4 on the Floor. It was 4 guys, each with a bass drum. That's all it was 4 bass drums. It's like when they played, it was 4 bass drums and 4 dudes singing. And when he played, it's like everything in our office was just like bouncing.
So what's is that the foot pedal one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Were there any doubles?
No,
Pull some
no.
heavy
I
metal?
feel like because my leg always twitches and my foot always moves, especially when I'm editing, I'm like this. I think I'd be really good at the bass drum. Just like,
Really good or really bad? One of the two.
One of
How
them.
does your foot
No,
do?
Gavin, a
Does it go
slow
like-
song.
Does it, like, is your heel down and your toes going up? Or is
I'm
it...
like,
Yeah, because there's like a certain way you're supposed to do it.
oh yeah?
Yeah, because I always like bounce my foot on like the ball on my foot, and that's not how you're supposed to do it.
That's not how you're supposed to play drums, or how you're supposed to bounce your foot.
You can bounce your foot however you want, Gavin.
Oh,
It's a free,
thanks.
it's a free goddamn country.
This is America. I know what things are like in Britain,
Yeah,
but you can do.
thought for a second it's bad to do it one way. It's really bad on the ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like I didn't know that like standing kind of like with your feet spread, like you need to be having them both facing forward, otherwise it gives you back problems or something.
Why
like
would
that.
you stand with
I
your
know.
feet
I
outward?
always stand with my feet kind of just like at like an obtuse angle a little bit. They don't face
Whoa,
forward.
math guy over here.
Hey, before we get too far from
Do
planes,
you have a protractor?
What's the
you were-
hypotenuse of your angle?
Fuck you guys!
What am
Can't
I-
say a goddamn thing on this podcast. I'm not getting shit on.
One of my dogs stands like that. His front paws, like he like puts his like the insides of his paws like that, so they're facing out.
Like you
I'm
look like
what
a
are you
proper
doing?
gentleman. I was gonna say before we get too far from planes, you were saying something earlier. You think you found out why you're fascinated with plane crashes?
Oh
or
right,
something.
yeah. So
Explain what you mean by fascinated by plane
I
crashes.
love.
Say it.
Like,
Say it.
This is a very
Say it.
special
Say
sentence.
it.
Is it the same thing where? Is it the same as like how you want to be in an earthquake?
No, I do not want to be in a plane crash. No, not at all.
Would you want to survive a plane crash?
No.
Really?
I do
Oh,
not
I
want to
would-
go
I
through
would
that
wanna
stress.
survive.
Well, be
Plane
careful.
crash
You want,
for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to die in a plane crash. You just don't want to be in it.
I'm not at
everything
all.
after that.
I
Yeah.
don't want to be anywhere near one. I just like learning about them and knowing what caused the problems.
Okay.
And hearing so there's this program
It's just
a
let you
cable.
listen to black boxes all day.
I've done that.
Oh God, no.
So what happens when like a space shuttle crashes? Is that like the most interesting thing in the world to you, or is that too much?
That's totally different. Those are gliders. Those aren't planes.
What, a shuttle?
Yeah.
How stupid.
How's
of
it a
me.
glider?
It glides. It doesn't.
It doesn't
actually have any
fly.
propulsion.
Yeah.
What if it needs to?
It can't.
What if there's a go around or something?
There is no
Hey
go
Gavin,
around.
can you jump 30 feet in the air? But what if you need to?
Yeah. The
Yeah, but there are situations. There are situations with a really fast-moving vehicle where you need to go faster to avoid an accident. Like, you need to break the speed limit.
I don't want to hit this Martian.
We also need to get to space, but we're having a really hard time doing it.
you just go through one of the red rings and then you're like boost.
But sometimes you need to go faster than the speed limit in a car to avoid an accident, right? Like, say
Yeah.
someone breaks in front of you, you need to swerve.
Right.
But there's someone coming this way, you need to floor it.
This,
You're not
this
like,
is a
space
car
highway
with no
coming back.
engine. This is
Yeah.
a car that's coasting downhill.
That's ridiculous. Why is it like that?
I think they use most of the fuel to get up in the first place.
Yeah.
Shit's heavy, man.
Yeah, that's what, all those tanks that you see like fall off. That's all the fuel they use to get up.
Well, yeah, I assume
And
that
then they've
that's...
got nothing. They just have like propulsion stuff. Up
Like
there.
little attitude
Yeah,
adjustments.
because you don't need that much in space. This whole thing.
Yeah, I played Kerbal Space Program. I know about
Clearly,
that.
yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
you're
the
right,
shuttle
doesn't matter.
glides down.
Gavin, when's the
glider.
next launch?
But yeah, so I like, and there's this one cable program in particular that I watch called Air Disasters,
What's that about?
and all they do is like they do like dramatic reenactments.
Oh, please tell, it has like the on May 27th.
Yeah, exactly. They have dramatic reenactments.
Does it have like a zoom in on a light that comes on and, then, and then a shot of the co-pilot going,
Oh my god, I love it. A camera on the instrument panel is shaky.
Is there lots of B-roll of unsuspecting passengers walking to and fro about
They're
their
just like
flight
looking out the
attendants.
window,
does
like,
it cut
oh,
wide
what's
to
going
some
on?
really crappy CG of the plane going like...
You all have seen the show.
I really want like the Halloween episode to be like from inside the cockpit, like on May 31st, Gavin shit his pants. It's just like him like squirming in his seat. Like,
Halloween
See, I
episode.
watch the ghost
Why would that be
version
on
of
May
that. I watch
31st?
all like
Yeah,
the
people-
haunting
well, fair enough.
reenactments and all
Okay.
that shit.
You got me.
So
No one else heard that.
One of the we were having our own conversation.
Good.
So one of the episodes that aired this past weekend was the United 232 flight, which is the one in 1989 that landed in Sioux City. Well, landed in Sioux City, Iowa. Like they lost all their hydraulics. So like the way they flew the plane, like the control sticks didn't work.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
So the way they
Was
landed
there a
the
shot of
plane-
them doing this?
Yeah, they're like this and nothing's happening. They happen to luck out, and there was
guy.
an instructor for that plane as a passenger on the flight. And he was
shit.
like, I'm an instructor for this. Let me help you. So they figured out that in order to steer the plane, they only had two engines, one on each side. They would alternate thrust between them to make the plane turn.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
So how would they bank? Would they be...
They couldn't. They were just like, they were doing this. And they...
It's like that video game physics. It doesn't really work.
It's like
normally.
a shot of someone in a bad movie where the car's losing control. It's like... But with a plane.
And they crash landed. A lot of people died, but more people lived. A bunch of people lived from the flight. And I remember seeing that flight when I was like 11. You know, I was a young kid at the time. Sure. I remember seeing that and be like, "Holy shit, that looked terrible. People lived." And I think that's when I became fascinated with plane crashes.
Wait. It was terrible that people lived?
No, it was a terrible
it's-
accident. And
Oh,
people
but
still
people
lived.
lived.
Imagine
Okay.
them all
Away
walking off
from
the
it,
plane
it's
and
incredible.
Gus is like, boo! Get back in.
You suck.
Wow, so that's a successful crash, is when people live. If
Yeah.
you can crash
Yeah.
up, because usually it's everyone lives or everyone's obliterated. If you can split the difference, that's
Yeah.
a success.
Yeah, and they interviewed the
Also, where
instructor
everyone
dude.
lives is a success.
Yeah.
Let's not count that one
Let's
out.
call that plane A. We'll call the other plane B.
As part of this program, they interviewed the instructor who had gone up and figured out how to fly the plane like this.
Did he have a dark secret, and was he like hidden in all black with a voice changer?
The worst was he was obviously still like broken up and upset about it. He was like, I could have landed it better. He was like, I wanted to flare up the nose at the last second, try to get the gear to touch down. He said, but the plane just pulled to the right, and I couldn't compensate for it. It's like, you did something that I don't think anyone's been able to do in
Yeah.
a simulator. Like people have gone back and been like, could pilots have done this better? And I think everyone always crashes it. Like no one's
You
like,
get that survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Survivor's guilt. No, it's shit's sad, man. What's that female journalist that Reddit completely hated like a month ago?
what?
There was some journalist probably for
Reddit
Fox.
hates a lot of people.
Reddit
Why-
does
more
hate a lot of
specific.
people.
Why she got to be
was-
female?
Because she
Yeah.
was, Gavin. She had a vagina.
Yeah. But what if she needed to be male? Just like in a very specific
They have like operations and pills for that now, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
No, she was interviewing some woman that was trying to like get some bill to pass or something that would help deter like kidnappings or something like that. And she's just trying to get information about the bill out. And this woman just keeps going, so what was it like for you, 14, locked in the basement, something. She goes, well, yeah, it was terrible. I've talked about it in previous interviews, but tonight I'm just here to talk about this bill. She goes, right, I understand, but it must have been so traumatizing for you. And the woman called her out on it. She's like, look, I'm offended that you're doing this shit. And she goes, I'm sorry, I understand that this can be hard, and I could see how you might misconstrue my words that way or something. She had like a weird accent.
Here, have some butter for better.
Was she super racist?
During the Olympics, there's that downhill skier for the U.S., Bodie Miller.
Sure.
And I guess like
Milster.
his brother had died a couple weeks or maybe a couple months ago.
Plane crash?
No. And then after like he
don't
did
wanna
one of his
laugh at
runs,
that.
there was a reporter for NBC who came up to him and was like, "Oh, what do you think about your run? So tell us about your brother."
Oh,
and
what
he's
an
like he
ass.
like tries to like redirect it back to like the Olympics. She's like, "Yeah, but really, are you doing this for your brother?" And like she just kept going like fucking hammering him at it.
People want that
Anchorman-
sob story.
Anchorman 2 was a pretty shitty movie, but I did really love, like, the whole point of it was essentially showing sensationalist journalism and how, like, ridiculous 24-hour news has gotten. Like, if anything, see the movie just for that. It's one thing.
I'm not gonna watch it.
That's fine.
You're not going to watch it?
I mean, like, I'm not gonna pay money.
Yeah.
So I might wait till it's like on Netflix or something.
Yeah, don't go see it.
I'm
So
also
people were asking if you're
incredibly
talking about
lazy.
Nancy Grace.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with
Pauline, that's
yes.
So thanks to Jay Volton on Twitter for saying, Nancy Grace, that bitch is crazy.
If she was a video game, that would be like on her box.
Isn't it weird though how planes only scary or like it's only intense when there's a lot of noise? Like you can be gliding into an airport, it's like, oh, that's the ground. Everything's just like, and then you can even touch down. It's like, oh yeah, we're going along, and then it's reverse thrust. It's like, it's like, oh Jesus Christ, that's the scary part. I reckon if all plane crashes were just mute, nobody would be screaming.
One of the other episodes of Air Disasters I watched this weekend was this 737 that was coming in to land. It was a brand new plane, and it was landing in New Orleans, and it passed through a thunderstorm, and hail got into its engines and made them both turn off. So at 17,000 feet, it lost all of its engines, and everyone lived. They landed it, and everything was fine.
wow.
But the passengers were like, the lights went off in the plane, and the engines turned off, and it was just silent.
Oh, my
They're
God.
just like,
And we could hear the hail hitting the plane, and we didn't know what was happening.
Did they do like that roller coaster drop, or was it just like they were just?
No, they just had
gliding?
enough speed, so they much like the space shuttle, they
Yeah.
glided. And
It was
since it was in
Looney
New
Tunes style.
Orleans, they landed on a levee. Like the pilot thought he was going to have to ditch it in the water. He's like, "Oh no, look, there's a levee over there."
what's a levee?
It's like a
like jeans.
like an like an embankment, like of earth that gets built up to keep floodwaters out.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where they drove the Chevy in that song?
Yes, they drove their Chevy to
Yeah.
the levee.
Also
Yeah.
because it rhymes.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song?
American Pie.
American Pie.
Man.
I never knew what a levee was until then. I just didn't know what they were driving the Chevy to.
So right now is when you learned
Too bad
about
it was
it.
dry.
That's amazing, Gavin.
So
Trying so hard not to bring Never mind.
What?
I'm trying so hard not to bring Hurricane Katrina into this.
Oh.
Too late.
Too
Were you really
too
confused when all that
soon.
went down?
Why? What happened there?
The levees broke.
Oh, I didn't know about.
That's why the city flooded.
That was
Yeah.
levees, levees gave out.
You got a strong levee.
It was.
that would be ideal.
They just.
No one drove Chevys to those levees.
Not at all. Speaking of Chevys and driving, this is something I've been wanting to bring up for quite a while on the podcast. I just keep forgetting. So I'm convinced that people who own car dealerships are like the most egomaniacal, evil people in the world.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Apologies if any of you listening or watching are
But you're a
assholes.
piece of
Unless
shit.
you're gonna give me like a really good deal.
You're a
on
piece of
my
shit. So there's this, when I used to drive to the old office, I'd have to drive down 35. And in South Austin, there's like a long stretch where there's a bunch of car dealerships.
Call that dealer row.
Call it the Motor Mile.
That too. That sounds way better.
And
This guy.
there's a Nissan dealership there. And it used to be called South Point Nissan, which is fine. It's just like a generic name. It's like whatever Nissan.
Yeah.
I guess like the management changed. And now some guy owns it. So like one day I was driving by and like there was a tarp covering up where it said South Point, and he had like a giant banner up with his name over it, and I was like, how fucking egomaniacal do you have to be to like put your giant there it is, don't advertise on him. He put his name over it, and then I was like, as if that wasn't bad enough, there's his giant fucking face next to it.
Dude.
It's like, now, like, what's his end game there? Like, I want people to know that I own the dealership,
Yeah.
so they should come here. Like, no one's like, oh, that guy owns that dealership? I'm gonna go buy a car from him. It's like, what does it matter? Just call it a fucking generic name. Why do you have to put your... And then you buy the fucking car, and they put their name on the ass of every car that they sell. You know what I'm talking about?
He's getting his name out there.
Yeah,
man.
it's
That's
like,
what he's going for.
what are you doing? No one cares about you. You are not a personality. And then they make local shitty TV commercials.
Those are my favorites.
Like the guy who does the Austin Powers spoofs locally. Have you seen that?
There's a guy, I want to see that.
Oh, it's terrible.
Does he, like,
There's the
back
one guy
up
that comes
the-
out. It's like, ba-da-da-da-da. I'm Crazy Carl from Crazy Carl's
God, I've seen that
Cars,
one.
and we've got low. It's like Charlie from It's Always Sunny with the
Does your
kitten.
cat make
too much noise all the time. Oh my
We've
god! The worst
practiced.
is when. Have you heard the yellow? Do you know the Yellow Rose commercials? It's
don't
the Yellow
think
Rose
so.
is the Yellow Rose is a strip club in
The
Austin.
landing strip.
The Yellow Rose is a strip club in Austin. They do something that I cannot think of another instance of this. At least for radio ads, they have like an ongoing series with these commercials. Like whoever the first guy was, he was like, "You'll see me at the Yellow Rose." That's like, say their first one. The second one was like, "You'll see me at the Yellow Rose." And me, who are you? I'm Todd, and you'll see me. Okay, great. And then the next episode, it's like another episode. It's like, hey, I'm Todd, and I'm the original guy, and we're going to the Yellow Rose. Not without me. Who are you? Chuck, Yellow Rose. And every like new one, it's like they have a character from a past commercial. Like there was one that was seriously, it was, "We'll see you at the Yellow Rose, and then the third guy goes, "I'll see you at the Yellow Rose," and then the two guys go, "Who was that?" That's the end of the commercial. The guy that
Like, it's like a cliffhanger for the next commercial.
they're using the RVB
stripper's
formula.
vagina
Fucking tune in next time. We'll talk about tits and we'll introduce a new dude.
And then are they going to go the soap opera route, and one of them's going to get amnesia, and they're going to have to take him to the Yellow Rose to jog his memory?
The yellow sunflower.
The Yellow Hose?
I've been here before.
So similar. So like now my commute, I have to go north on 35, and like right when that like 35 splits,
Yeah.
into the right,
the worst idea ever?
into the worst idea ever. There's there's a billboard for like a crystal selling shop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like this chick, like the left side of the board is like Shelly's crystals, buy my rocks or something like that, and then like the right side of the frame is just her sitting like she's doing a portrait, and she's just like that, and it's like this like cut out like dimensional portal around her.
I know exactly what you're
it's
talking
like,
about.
Why?
You know what's funny? Okay.
Do we get a crystal there?
I want to make fun of that place, too. That place is always fucking packed.
Really?
Like when that place opened, I thought it was a joke.
People
Yeah.
need that crystal, dude.
I don't know if that's like
I'll
a
bet
cover.
Shelly
If that's
draws them in, dude.
I don't know if
She's
that's
got
a
that
front
positive
for like a
energy in
drug
her
business.
crystal.
It must
Or-
be.
I walked in there once
Yeah.
because I was
meth.
like,
Maybe it's crystal.
I'm convinced that place is like shady or like
Right.
like something. So I walked in there once, and it's full of people. There's rocks and shit. Whatever. And
The minerals.
and minerals, yes, minerals. Thanks, Hank. And I could overhear like some of the employees shit talking.
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, that one customer earlier, her aura was totally off."
Oh my god.
Oh, it's just like hippie crystals.
Yeah, they're like,
Not like crystal
No.
glass.
No,
No.
like rub on your nipples and you'll feel better, kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like pray to the sun and
I was
you'll
like-
have a good harvest.
I had
Yeah.
to leave. I was like, I don't want them talking shit about my aura when I'm gone. Like, what if my aura
Just like
gets
pick
like?
up every crystal and just like rub it on you, like, oh, I gotta be
You
good.
could have walked in there full of sin.
Yeah, just like that's
like-
where you get your crystal. So you put it in the middle of the room and you all like jerk off around it, and
Number
it like
three?
charges it.
Yeah, but I never, so you refer to
crystals.
semen as number 3. Piss
Well,
is
no,
number
no,
1,
no, no,
doo-doo's
no.
number 2. That's
Well, like
jerking
the
off's going.
act of it's like you go to the bathroom, you go to number 2, you're taking a poo.
Okay.
If you go to do number 3,
Have you ever threed at work?
yeah,
No.
Good.
yeah.
Good.
You?
Back when the urinal
No, I
had a
haven't.
face, I thought about it. Because like before, like at the old office, the urinal had
yeah,
like
we had a
arms and a
face on the urinal.
mustache. So I was like,
Fucking here comes the money shot number 3.
I was like, he looks like he wants it. I don't know. There's just something about his face. But I didn't.
Do you think you could wank silently? Like, let's say it was a Mission Impossible room where it's like testing out
Did
the
you
sounds
grow
like,
up with a brother? Because if the answer is yes, then you know how.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like.
Did you do some of this? Like trying to mask it.
yeah. Could you do that if it was like, toast? Toast. And you had to be like completely quiet.
Wait,
You say toast?
Yeah, from Mission Impossible. You never saw that movie?
I
It's where they're testing the audio
I
level.
just thought that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you got off to.
Yeah.
Oh, toast!
Oh my god.
Toast and urinal faces.
What am I toast?
I'm the butter.
But how quiet can you be?
I mean, it depends on, you
Do
know.
you, like, I'm not talking about like.
Like,
I'm not talking about the old like.
like, are you
talking about-
like, are you talking about me going like, oh,
Man, you're so good.
oh, left, do you want in? All right.
I can imagine you being kind of a grunter, like leaning over, like posture really bad, and just be like.
Like a gorilla or something.
I mean, only when the urinal with the face is involved. Like when I want to
One
put
of your
it in
hands
its
is doing
place.
this, the other one is just like.
No, I'm pretty quiet.
Are you a silent spanker, Gav? Is that?
Honestly, I think I could be dead silent from beginning to end.
Really? We're not talking at all about the penis maneuvering.
No.
Okay, we're just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like heavy breathing, you know.
I always wanted to do a contest, probably not
it's
with
like
any.
I'm jogging, but you know, I'm not.
I wanted to do a contest, probably not with any of you guys, where
Probably.
because it'd be weird because we know each other.
That's
But
fine. I'll get the crystal.
Adds
Say
to the
like
experience.
12 people around a table.
Yeah.
11 of them are getting jerked off under the table. One of them isn't, and you've got to like figure out who's not being done. And you want to think.
It's some type of like
You
weird,
basically have
like,
to hide the
clue
fact
or something.
You have to hide the fact with your face
Yeah.
that you're not being tugged off and
Guess about the phrase tugged off. I have like a boat.
tossed off. Do you think you could do
I
it?
just imagine trying
Absolutely.
to psych each other out.
Do
It's
you
like,
think you could just sit there like this, like having a conversation, like, oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just like yeah.
and you'd be like,
Totally.
Well, I'm
Not
part of
even. I'd have like my poker face on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would know. I'm doing it right now.
you want to go to
You
the
can't see the
bathroom?
lower half.
You don't know.
Yeah, it's cut off conveniently at your knees. Who knows?
So for the next podcast, we'll get a high
Yeah.
right.
tablecloths around there.
Yeah.
He'll be like,
And we'll get
Gus,
Kerry under the table.
I only have 2 hands.
Gus, you were talking about digital downloads. What's up with that?
But just like the worst subject. So hurricane control.
And the
Have you
planes.
ever been on the phone with somebody while being orally pleasured? Anybody?
I haven't no.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No, no.
Come on.
No, that's
Who were you on the phone with? Was it tech support of some place, or was it a
That'd
friend?
be awesome.
Was it family?
No, it's not. No, it's not family.
If it's a stranger, I'm okay with it. If it's one of your friends, like if it was me,
Yeah.
we don't really talk on the phone. We should.
No, we don't. We should. We
Yeah.
should.
You want to chat tonight after
Yeah,
the
let's
podcast?
do it.
I thought
Only
it
if
really
Kerry's
was.
Like a gab sesh.
That sounds sexual.
It does, yeah.
Had a gap
No, that's
sesh
what happens. That's when
over
you like,
Trish's.
like when you take the dentures out.
God.
That's a gab
Just kind
sesh.
of gum it.
Anyways,
How did this turn into the most disgusting
because
podcast
we're
ever?
here.
You miss
It's
Bernie
been
yet?
Bernie.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking terrible.
Yeah. I have a really disgusting story unless we gotta go to a
No,
thing.
you might as well get them all out of the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
No, let's rest a minute.
Okay, yeah,
Before we
yeah,
go to the
totally
disgusting
fine.
stories, because I have to segue to an ad read at some point, and this has been the worst podcast ever. I'm sorry to our sponsors already. I'm going to apologize in advance.
Maybe we could just deduct half
Yeah.
from there.
We should just do that.
Maybe we
I
can
mean-
find a sponsor that makes like really tall tables and like low chairs, and get this started. Like just
why
neck
haven't we
up.
had Fleshlight as a sponsor yet?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Can we get that Crystal lady as like a sponsor?
Oh, yeah.
For free aura, just to.
No, she talks shit, man. She's gonna talk shit
Yeah.
about us when she leaves. Someone apparently on Twitter was pointing out that I told that story on the podcast 150 podcasts ago.
I thought I heard that.
Zell
Wow.
Q.
Which story?
Shout
About-
out to Gus's Oro story from 150 podcasts ago.
Dude, their
Holy
she's
shit.
aligned if they were able to
Yeah.
find that. That's great.
Also, if that would have been like 3 years ago. So those fuckers have been there for a while.
Nice. That's a solid listener. Or it's a listener who just happened to listen to that the other
That's
the
true.
other day.
I spit all over the iPad.
Dude, I've been
saw it.
spitting like crazy.
Do you think
Holy
it's
beer.
Do you think it's because of the new stage?
I don't know.
Do you like
think
how-
does it make me spitty?
Do you
Wait,
like our
what?
lights?
I love the new
The
lights.
lights are crazy.
The lights.
They're a lot
I
whiter.
feel like I'm being cooked. though.
Yeah.
It's like a daylight hue.
Yeah. We have,
Hue?
for those that
Who's
can't see,
Hue?
we have a
What
dickload of lights right
What
above us.
Kelvin are these lights right now?
Oh,
56.
Where did that come from?
5600.
God?
There's a shot of the lights.
I think our the person who installed our lights is here.
Nice.
Making sure that everything's working fine.
Nice.
It looks-
I approve.
they look great.
Great job on the lights.
Yeah.
It's like a chandelier of awesome.
Yeah. Well, now we have to make sure we look even better. We can't come
Oh, look
looking
at that
disgusting like we
sweet
used to.
shadow
At the annex, like it was the dimmest place I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
It was a terrible lighting.
You know,
really
we
dark,
keep talking
too.
about the space in the middle. Maybe we just do a chandelier. I like the chandelier idea.
Crystal?
Yeah. Well, I
We
know.
get
I know a
spots in
place.
a place.
Oh yeah.
You want to go to
Dude, then all of us
ad
get
read?
around the table, have a
Yeah.
positive sesh. It's great.
Let me read this thing. You fucking asshole.
Talk about jerking off.
I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by.
So while you were reading that, Miles and Kerry were just chugging beer, and Miles
give
did
up.
not stop. He emptied the whole bottle.
Yeah.
I don't have any more, dude.
I know. I don't want any more.
When I started saying no in the middle of that, it was not about pro flowers. I just couldn't do it anymore.
I don't like
couldn't
chugging
do it.
beer.
Why did you do it?
I don't know. We just started doing
We
it.
set off. It was fun, and then I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, "Believe in yourself." Yeah. So
I just
My
watched
tongue
your-
went numb.
I can only see one eye, but it was getting more and more glazed as you were going on.
Just glaze.
Dude,
about that beer?
I'm still
That,
high pitched.
So in that air disasters one,
regret the fuck out of that.
that I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I told you about that plane that lost its engines and had to land on a levee.
Yeah.
One of the pilot, the lead pilot, only had one eye.
What?
Because he was like a small plane pilot in El Salvador during the Civil War, and one time when he was taking off, his plane got shot at, and a bullet like hit him in the side of the face, like above the cheek, and like grazed him and shot his eye out. So he had to like take off and then go, and he had passengers in his plane, had to go land somewhere else in the jungle, like to get away from the Civil War.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just lost an eye. I'm gonna redirect to the nearest airport.
Yeah.
While
Snacks
while
are
they
gonna be
were
distributed soon.
landing to get on the levee,
No,
they
I
said
said
that at the very beginning of the levee there was like a stone wall, and that since he had no depth perception, he didn't know how to get the plane over it.
Oh God.
I bet he had to do like the pigeon thing where he's just like doing this with his head to try and get perception, get some depth.
So talking about like depth perception shit. Did you know that I just found this out? If you like take off your glasses, for example, and you really need to see something, if you just make a little pinhole and cover your eye like that, you can see no matter how blurry your vision is.
Is it like the aperture of
Do
a
it.
lens?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to get tricked into doing this
really
for some
doesn't.
reason.
No, it's a- no,
This
it's
is
actually a
totally
thing.
grade school bullshit.
No,
It's
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
if your hand's bigger than your face, you've got cancer. Really?
Oh, dude, my art teacher did that. We were learning to draw portraits,
art
and she
teacher?
no. I don't know. My art teacher goes, "All right, we're gonna be doing self-portraits today." Now, typically, a normal self-portrait on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, as the ones in front of you, you're typically gonna want something, something about the size of your hand, and on cue. Every person in the classroom put their hands up in front of them, and I was just like, I'm gonna be that asshole! Bad! Two people to my side hate me forever.
Yeah, seriously though, it works though.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
Well,
It's
think
like a
about
light
how a
focusing
lens
thing.
works
Yeah.
when you close the aperture of a lens and everything
Yeah.
depth-wise becomes very clear.
This
Yeah,
guy
Gus.
right here. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was on Sherlock Holmes too. He
Okay.
knows what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
he signed my DVD.
Yeah, he did. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, one day I just brought my Blu-ray in of Sherlock Holmes 2. I was like, "Hey, Gavin, I know you worked on this, so
Yeah,
here we go."
and you know, if you're gonna take the piss, I was like, yeah, just do it right now.
yeah.
Sign
Do
it.
you remember when you signed it?
Did I? What?
You signed it, but do you remember what the message you said?
No.
It said, "Dear Kerry, suck a big fat knob, Gavin."
Did Bernie sign it as well?
I
Because he
don't
was
think
doing that in
so.
Australia. When people would give me Sherlock Holmes to sign, I would sign my name, and he would sign Bernie.
Robert Downey Jr. Burns.
I can't remember.
Great story, Gavin. Thanks for telling it.
I think it was.
So,
So wait, but real quick, I don't know if you can add any legitimately.
Robert Bernie
legitimacy to
Jr.
this.
okay.
I heard so talking about landing a plane on levee. I heard that there are certain stretches of like highway across the United States that are designed to go in a straight line for a certain length, so that if a plane needs to make an emergency landing, they can land on the highway.
That's not what it was built for.
Is that not what it was built for? Teach me.
It exists, but I want to say it's 1 out of every 5 miles has to be straight. It's in case of war.
Not
in
this
case
one.
of war. In case we need to land
Nobody?
supplies
Right.
or troops.
Or passenger plane.
So it is about landing.
Yeah, it is about landing planes.
All right, I'll take that.
it was part of the way that the government sold the package to build the interstate highway system.
It's like, hey, you can.
We'll move people around,
Yeah.
but we can also do troop movement and move
Did
things
Gavin
around.
come
if
up
we
with
need
that?
to. Why is Kara's yelling at you?
Why is Kerry yelling at me?
So the other
pop
a
fell
couple
off.
weeks ago before we moved studios, I was talking shit about Gladiator and about how much I hated it.
What?
The
'Cause
movie.
it's the worst movie ever made. I'm sorry, it's not.
That's-
It's the worst movie ever to win a Best Picture.
Okay.
So one morning I showed up to work and someone left a fucking copy of Gladiator on my desk and then signed it Ridley Scott. And I still don't know who fucking did it. Was it you?
Gus, it was Ridley Scott. What's wrong
God
with
damn
you?
you? Be a fucking joke. I hate you.
So I still got it in my office. I felt guilty of like, this is someone's copy of Gladiator. I can't throw it away. So I still got it.
Good man.
It's been annoying me. It's annoying the shit out of me.
Just put it on somebody else's desk and just like continue the tradition.
You'll hear a gasp coming
Yeah.
from someone's office.
Ridley
You guys,
Scott?
you won't believe what happens.
The Easter Bunny came.
I forgot about Crash.
What? Oh yeah.
Crash was okay.
No.
Crash
Get
Bandicoot?
out.
Crash what?
Dude, I
All
love
right,
Crash
Crash,
Bandicoot.
the movie about like racism in a car crash.
Spyro's better.
Speaking of racism,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
LA Clippers owner.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Worse
when
than Paula Dean?
Dude's racist.
I had this
What'd he
described.
do?
I had this described to me, and the way it was described to me, I immediately didn't understand the problem. So I think it was described to me incorrectly.
No. The guy's,
you're
the guy's-
racist too.
The guy's,
no,
the
not
guy's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's like this older dude, and his young girlfriend recorded him while they were fighting. So that
That's a good start.
And he was like saying crazy shit like. I forget like exactly what he said, and I apologize. I'm just repeating what he said. He said something like, "I don't want you bringing black people to watch Clippers games. I want you to unfriend all of the black people who follow you or who you're friends with on Instagram, and you can have sex with him. You can do whatever you want. Just don't be friends with him on Instagram."
Well, this is his
I
girlfriend.
mean, that's what matters.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the like?
'Kay.
This
I like-
dude's racist and crazy."
I like the old style of
Racist.
racism mixed with the brand new modern Instagram.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend, I think,
don't
is
like
like
it.
is like half Hispanic, half black.
So then,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
even in the arguments, she's like, "I'm mixed." That's him. He's like, I'm half Latina. I'm half black."
That guy
Wow,
looks
so
like a
that's-
piece of leather.
that's what money gets you, huh?
Oh my god.
She also looks like a wax statue.
Yeah,
right
Speaking
there.
of people who look like leather, I saw a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger the other day. You know in the Terminator when he starts getting a bit blasted and kind of messed up and
Yeah.
like hair's missing and his face. He looks like that in real life now. I think in like 10 years he's going to be stop motion. Like just walking around.
He's just gonna like retire to like a Chuck E. Cheese and just like stand around all day.
Go to Disney World. It's a small world.
So
It's a
going back a
small-
little bit, talking about gross things. So
Oh God, I love gross things.
I love you, Kerry.
you're not going to in a second.
Why?
So a couple months ago, or like a month ago, I got my wisdom teeth taken out.
What's this? What's this? Oh, I'm excited.
So, I'd already had my bottom right taken out a while ago. So I got my two left and my top right taken out. And when they did the surgery, they warned me like, hey, on the bottom one, because I did a terrible thing. Kids, get your wisdom teeth out.
Yep.
I waited, so they were like super like just gnarled. And
Oh, I
just
still have
really
all
bad.
mine. Shall I get
yeah,
them out?
that's bad. That's gonna be bad. For you.
Some people
I
don't
guess
have a
it's
huge
true.
problem.
Yeah, you should get an
Kerry was
X-ray.
not one of those people.
No, the doctor
They can
seriously
do an
said,
X-ray
like,
and tell you whether or not it's a problem for you.
Yeah, I hear Ray's really
Do an
good.
X-ray on Vav.
Anyways, so they said, hey, the bottom left one, it's possible if we go too deep to get it out, you might have a little bit of nerve damage or something, like the left side of your face will be numb for a little while. And if we go on top, the right ones, if they're too deep, we might break into your sinus. And I was like,
We have the bin, right?
No, there is no bin there.
whoa.
Get the bin.
He's got a bin right there.
There's going to be fluid in
bin.
this
Where's my
story.
bin? I need a bin.
So,
I have my jug.
so I had the wisdom teeth. No, here's the thing. I
Thanks,
got my
Blaine.
wisdom teeth taken out. Oh, Jesus.
It's like when people are trying to avoid the camera, it's like a Mission Impossible movie where people are avoiding
They're like,
lasers.
toast.
This is filled with shit.
It's might be filled with horse.
Toast.
All right.
Toast.
So I got my wisdom teeth taken out. Everything was fine. I could feel the left side of my face. Everything was fine. A week later, I woke up in the morning and went, man, my mouth tastes really bad. Did I brush my teeth last night? Yeah, I brushed my teeth last night. Went throughout the whole day. Didn't realize what was going on. I've told this Maz a million times. By the end of the day, I realized that my sinus had opened up. So I had a just straight drip going from somewhere where it's not supposed to down into my mouth. And just all night long, I'm just like swallowing this.
Let me tell you how he phrased this, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I go, you're telling me you have a hole in your mouth that's been draining snot into your stomach all night? He goes, yeah, been eating boogies in my sleep.
So it's just like trickling down.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I had a mouthful of beer when you said that.
So, yeah, like imagine from like the back behind your molar,
No.
just like dripping down. Yeah, I could like taste it for like. For like,
I'm laughing and feel awful at the same time.
I'm so glad you chugged your beer before I brought this up. So for like 3 weeks straight, just straight up eating boogies.
Stop saying it.
But the reason I brought this up more than anything else is because every time I tell this story, Miles tries to run away.
So much.
But he's trapped now.
I hate you so much.
There's no running away.
It's I could like smell it too, like I knew.
Stop.
Gavin's entered his happy place. Gavin's meditating to try to avoid it.
I left mentally.
We got a second bucket coming in.
Oh, there is a
recycling bucket.
So, yeah.
Oh my
There you
god.
That's
go.
awesome.
No, it's fucking not, guys.
That was my life for about a month.
But what's the
every
resolution
day-
on that? Does it just like seal back up?
Yeah, the solution, I went in, I was like, hey, so, you know.
Fuck you,
it tastes,
cameraman.
It tastes fucking terrible. They're like, yeah, just, you know, come back in a couple weeks and we'll see if it's healed up. I was like, okay, cool. So,
Every single time.
Yeah.
I was like, thank
I went, like,
Christ, Kerry can go
twice.
with that fucking disgusting
Yeah.
hole fix so I don't have to hear about this shit.
Yeah.
I just imagine like, you know how like pudding gets a skin on it? Yeah, how do you like it? You fucking ass.
Damn it.
Yeah, I just imagine your bile and your
Yeah.
digested shitty ass food and just all my bookies.
see, the worst thing is, like,
hate my life
I don't
so
actually
much.
know, like, the wisdom teeth hole healed. So, for all I know, there's.
I don't vomit on the new set.
I can't hear you, Kara.
For all I know, there's, like, it's still in there, just the wisdom teeth hole sealed.
No.
Gavin, you okay?
There's two things.
All churned up on the inside.
It's like Aaron does this too. Aaron
I've got 3 or 4
loves.
gags left in me.
Let's
This is
Okay.
this is not
Yeah.
gross talk. This is not gross
make
talk.
it last. Pull out for a little bit.
Okay.
I should try that.
Gavin's making disgusting noises. Okay, you were saying
Yeah.
What was I saying?
something about Aaron?
Aaron.
Oh, right.
I really want to hear the segue from this to Aaron.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm really
Yeah.
curious about this.
You trapped me here, right? With your disgusting holes.
Yeah, when you came up to me this morning, like, what are we talking about in the podcast? I was like, oh, I know.
Aaron does a thing. Aaron loves
Mucus?
our nope. Our cringe. The cringe subreddit,
I
cringe
can't.
pics, cringe videos.
Cringeworthy.
I can't.
Dude, me. Sorry. Can somebody please go submit to Cringeworthy just a picture of me? There's no context, just like.
Upvote that. So I don't even know if I wanna. So cringe. No, I can't do it. Like I can't.
You sound like somebody on Tumblr.
I had
can't.
a hard time watching Doug growing up because every now and then the animated cartoon character would get in a slightly awkward situation.
So how do you watch shows like The Office?
I
or-
don't. I don't watch shows like The Office specifically because of Michael Scott. I can't do it. I tried watching British comedy. Nah.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
every now and then I
tried-
can't.
Is
I tried
Gavin
to
not
watch-
funny to you?
Well,
I tried to watch the British Office with Dan, and he watched 90% of it like curled up.
That's
like
me!
this. I'm like,
That's
why?
me!
Why are you covering? It doesn't make any
it's not a
sense.
I can't do it. I can't like.
Yeah, I mean, doing this, you just can't see.
I want to jump
understand.
into the TV and hit the person and go, "Stop! Do you realize what you're doing?"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I've got trouble watching that.
Yeah.
Too.
Isn't it weird? When like cringe must be one of the most recent emotions to feel.
It's like first
Yeah.
world emotion.
it's
Yeah,
the
like,
Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
like there's
I have a
like
sense
a
of cringe.
the total third world. Like an Ethiopian kid,
Yeah.
can they cringe?
I think so. I think they'd be like,
What do you mean? What?
like.
I've never heard it used like that before. Like, it sounds like a dance move.
It feels like a more.
Do the cringe.
No, it's like this. It's like, oh, I'm gonna cover your eyes.
It feels like a state that is surrounds our generation of like the last 20 generations maybe, but like why would you cringe if you don't have our values?
What is
Yeah,
that?
it's
What,
like- used to
I'm
be like,
sorry. What does that
oh.
mean by our values?
It's like if you need to go like really fast all of a
Like,
sudden.
oh, that was embarrassing for that person.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
I get that. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it depends on the society.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on the social cues and whatnot. You know, if I were to go to,
Like, I imagine no one in a tribe has cringed.
I don't
You
know.
don't think they have socially awkward situations?
Where all of them go,
Yeah.
Oh man, he
I feel like they
totally missed that spear throw. Fucking good one, Jeff.
Jeff the tribesman with
Yeah,
the poor
Jeff the
spear.
tribesman. Yeah.
He's normally so good at the
He's got
spear.
like 5 Fs. There you go. Now it's trying.
No, I think that there are instances of cringe that must
Yeah.
transcend different.
I would love
types
to
of
know
culture.
when the word cringe was.
Do you think
brought
animals
about.
can cringe?
If
Do you
only
think
there's a
some
way we could
animals
look
have
it
the
up.
capacity to cringe?
Like a monkey misses a vine and the wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, the other monkey's like, fuck, God damn.
Yeah. Like he throws like the poop at himself accidentally. It's like,
Next time on Monkey Office.
Monkey Scott at it again.
Monkey Jim just turns and looks in the camera. He's like,
He's got like messed up hair. It's like
He's this unkempt monkey.
I'm so distracted.
I can't wait.
I
He
looked
and
up
Monkey Cam are
dictionary
gonna
on
get together,
dictionary.com.
Like,
The funny thing about the British office is
I thought you were
that
gonna say monkeys.
monkeys are always funny.
Monkey's hilarious.
Martin Freeman, who played Tim, he said, well, the Jim equivalent. He said that
Did they
the
do that
office.
on purpose?
I
Tim and
imagine
Jim?
they did.
No, it's a total coincidence.
Okay.
They just like
okay,
auto name
fair
generator Jim.
said-
Whoa.
enough. What about like Bim?
Bim.
The very common American name, Bim.
Yeah.
Short,
Well, if
short
you
for
were-
Bimley.
What did he say?
He said that filming The Office for the 2 or 3 years that they made that
Right.
totally ruined his career for like a year afterwards because he would constantly just nail the camera because his character
Oh,
always
right.
just so he would constantly like deliver a line and then just be like,
I'm sorry.
ruined it.
You have leukemia. Looks at a camera and shrugs.
So the origin of cringe is from Middle English, sometime
Your
late
fault.
1100s, early 1200s.
they were cringing in the 1200s. Really?
Yep.
Wow.
It comes from crengen, crenchen.
Is that like
Sure.
a
Crenchen.
Oh. To yield or fall in battle.
What?
Oh, so the meaning changed.
It was like a dishonor.
Yeah, because
thing.
I guess now cringe is to shrink, bend, or crouch.
So now it's the social equivalent of falling in battle. is
Right.
when-
It's social battle.
so when did cringe mean cringe?
Yeah, to shrink, bend, or crouch, especially in fear, servility, cower.
So cringe is the physical motion.
Yeah.
It's not
Yes.
the emotion.
Right.
No.
The
It's just
embarrassment for someone else.
Awkward.
So you
Yes,
cringe because of
Yeah,
Blah.
that's what Dan was doing. He was going, oh, fucking goddamn.
Yeah, he was
That's what everybody
crouched
does when
over.
I'm in a Let's Play.
Everybody do.
Every douche. Shut up.
God, that was so cringeworthy, Kerry.
So that Let's Play came out today, Pirates.
It did.
That was I haven't
Hard.
watched it yet, but that was fun to film.
It was really fun, yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple
were
of boat
pirates.
incidents.
You were
Yeah,
pirates?
Yeah.
We're just driving around.
Gavin and I went on a little adventure for a while in the middle of it.
That's nice.
It was good.
Do you ever do that, like, when you're not in a Let's Play? Do you ever, like, join a game and just pretend?
Never.
No?
Just pretend, like,
I
what
did
do
that
you
with
mean?
Gray. Gray
What,
and I...
hang on,
You
what-
pretended.
Pretended that you're in a Let's Play?
No. Sorry, let me
You know
rephrase
you
that.
know these guys,
cringeworthy.
right? You can play with them.
Yeah,
There's
right
a
now.
right over there.
You can just be in one.
I'm sitting at home like, you got it, Michael. no. I mean, okay. So I was playing
You just sign
GTA
in.
5.
Let's play.
I was playing GTA. I have like achievement hunter shit just all over my room at home.
Oh, Jack.
You should get a 360 that shouts "Let's play" when you turn it on. Like you have the custom power out.
Oh, that sounds
Oh,
awful.
we should get an
That sounds-
achievement on our Xbox.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
sure,
play,
great idea.
let's
Like
play.
when the tray goes in.
Yeah.
Let's play. And then when you push it, it goes. And then when you turn it off, it goes. Let's stop. Sorry.
People get mad. Oh, you carry on your story.
Yeah,
I'll tell you after.
just let me just explain how not crazy I am real quick. No, so I was playing GTA 5 or GTA Online like a few weeks ago,
It's the same game.
Same thing.
and all right, thank you. I wanted to play with like a few people. Gray was like the only
Yeah.
person to join, and like we were just kind of like bored or whatever. So we decided to pretend to be policemen. We have.
Yeah,
Well,
tell us
no.
how you're not crazy.
go ahead, yeah.
It was a fun game.
Yeah.
Essentially, we had to steal a cop car. So that was the challenge of itself, was to get a cop car and then get away
I
from
don't
the
think
police.
that cops steal cop cars.
And that,
What if
we
there
were
were-
street
Pretend cops
justice.
do.
No,
Oh,
you
good
weren't
point.
there. We were street justice cops.
Wouldn't
Okay.
it be amazing if you pulled out 2 other people from a cop car who were pretending to be cops?
justice
we
is served.
had to steal a cop car, and then once we had a cop car, I demanded that we go to a store.
demanded?
I did. I was like, here's what we're doing next, Gray. We had to go to a store to buy clothes so that we would look like detectives. Kind of like, for your
bananas.
heist,
Like
you
one
had
of
to
our
look like
heists, yeah.
you had to look like firemen. Yeah, so we had to
Yeah,
look like
bananas.
detectives. And then we drove around Los Santos looking for anybody smoking, because obviously they were smoking herb, and that's just illegal.
Yeah.
And we
Is
were
it
looking
illegal in Los Santos though? It's not illegal in
I
California.
think yes. I think it is. Maybe. I
There's,
don't
there's
know.
a dispensary in Los Santos out in the equivalent of Venice Beach.
we docked
Well,
it.
Well,
Well,
I'm going to turn in my badge on
Well,
Tuesday.
that whole like mini thing where you smoke up and then like you hallucinate.
Yeah.
What's this?
Wasn't he protesting?
Metal detector.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that was
a
the guy. That
minigun.
was the guy that was trying to make it. That was
yeah.
trying to get it made legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the cringe, Gavin. You're just like, oh,
No, that was all we did. We just drove around and we
it's
would
like the
Do the cringe.
beat up
like the Thriller
pedestrians.
Death kind of.
This is cringy.
No one do it and post it to YouTube, please. Oh, sorry, mom. Yeah, we just
at
drove
least you
around.
have another son.
So you were in La La Land.
So I played GTA Online a few times with Miles. I remember the first time we played together. like I'd been running around and like I'd been getting into like these off and on like gunfights with these other dudes in the session I was in. So then Miles joined the game and I was like, hey, let's go play some golf, Miles. He's like, yeah, all right, cool. So we go, like we're meeting up. Like I park in the golf in front of the country club.
Yeah.
Miles drives up. I'm like, hey man, what's up? And we're in a party. Yeah. He's like, hey.
That's not what happened.
Is that not how it started? How did it start?
Here's how it started. I went to the golf course. I went to the country club, and I'm waiting there, and I'm like, "Hey man, you coming?" And you go, and I hear, "Yeah, sorry, these guys are messing with me." I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's fine." I'm like just doing donuts in the parking lot, just kind of bored, waiting, and then I hear. You come driving in and your car's fucked. I'm like, oh, well, glad you made it. And you go, yeah, like I said, there are these guys and they're here! And these dudes come go over the wall in like a car and shoot me to death and just start run!
Golf has been compromised.
Yeah. It was just
Pulled up guns, just had this giant fight.
it was incredible. Just, they're here, run! Miles, save yourself! Gus had survivor's guilt that day.
Yeah.
He was like, I could have golfed better. Not
See,
everyone had to die.
I don't know why people don't advertise their games. I feel like the age of the game trailer is totally over. It's like predetermined footage. If they just showed clips of that kind of thing with the audio of you guys playing, that'd be the best trailer for GTA Online
They're
ever.
kind of starting to do that.
Are
I
they?
mean, they're kind of starting to do that. Like look at like Loadout. We got to play Loadout
true.
early, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's kind of the approach for that.
I just feel like it's such a, it shows the fun. Like just like cool footage of games and stuff blowing up, it doesn't do it for me anymore.
It depends on the type of game. If it's going to be a really story-heavy game, I love that stuff. Like, I love Red Dead Redemption is one of my top 3 favorite games.
Oh, really?
Gameplay is okay, but the story was fantastic.
I never finished it.
I never
Got
cared
sick
so
of
much
riding a
about
horse.
a video game protagonist
We
in my
all know
life.
the Dead Space 3 trailer was the best trailer of
It
them all.
was. Too bad the
so-
game sucked.
Dun, 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 dun,
I can't
Oh, I forgot about that.
You know, I think Dead Space 3, I think of Phil
They
Collins.
had Phil Collins.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a cover. It was a cover of the Phil Collins song.
Excuse me.
It's funny
Sorry.
when they,
Sorry, Mr. Collins.
well, they covered Mad World, didn't they, for Gears of War?
Yeah,
did.
That
And
was actually a really good cover.
That was a
Yeah.
really good.
Totally changed. I don't know if they'd done a cover at that pace before, but the original song for that is really 80s and upbeat.
It's super 80s. That's an example of like, it didn't really show a ton of gameplay or anything. It was just they found the right song and it just. Well, I'd say it set the mood, but the game's really not like that at all. The game's, stop, get over there. My wife.
So you were talking about a cover of Mad World. It made me think about this. Over the weekend, I heard that Quiet Riot song, "Come On, Feel the Noise."
Right.
That's a cover.
Yeah.
Really?
I had no idea.
Who's it by? Like,
I think the original
Slade or
band was
someone.
Slade.
yeah?
Oh,
Is it
really?
Slade?
They were a UK band.
Sounds like Slade.
Yeah.
Like the cover sounds like Slade, to be honest.
Okay. So, what was the name of the band that did "Hey Now You're an All Star"?
Smash Mouth.
Mouth.
Smash Mouth did a cover of a Beatles song. They did.
I'm the Wars.
No. They used it in Shrek.
Was it like Daydream Believer or something?
It was something about love.
Oh. What? It was the Monkeys. What song?
Okay.
Daydream. It was I'm a Believer.
I'm a Believer.
Oh, is it the Monkeys?
Yeah.
Fucking look at me.
Good
I don't know.
job.
I don't know shit. No.
You
no.
just insulted Gavin.
I assumed I did that thing that like people would post about on Reddit and complain about these days, which is like, oh man, I love that Smash Mouth song. They're so great. It's like I had no idea that was a cover. I always worry like how many other songs I've heard. I just didn't know they were covers of other things.
it's pretty sickening, especially when it's modern stuff.
Yeah.
Like I once heard that Kanye West song where he sampled Daft Punk.
Daft
Yeah.
Punk, yeah.
And then the original was playing in some shopping center I was in, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
Right.
And some kid was like ripping off Kanye West. there. And I was
fucking
like,
hate that.
I was like, is this like one of the special situations when you can choke a kid to death?
Yeah.
The
It's
other
better off. You don't want to let him like have spawn or anything.
The other day I was in a coffee shop and I heard this Daft Punk song that they were playing in there, and I was listening to it and I was like, that's a Daft Punk song. I only know that because of the Fuga Quads Daft Punk mashup I saw on YouTube. Like I wasn't familiar with that particular Daft Punk song, but I knew it in the context of the Fuga Quads like remix.
That's really funny.
I listened to that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one
It's
yet.
they just redubbed the "Come On Fahuga Quad" song over and over Random Access Memories.
Really?
Like the whole
Yeah,
album.
no, wait, that's what we were listening to the other day.
Yeah.
Come on, Fahuga God, come on, Fahuga God.
That's it.
Everybody, I'm sorry. I really like that song.
You're doing the cringe. It was great.
Everybody, I'm
like
sorry,
that.
Father.
I like that. There's a song on that album, that Random Access Memories song,
Yeah.
It's called Giorgio or something.
Yeah.
But it's like do. But there's like there's like 90 seconds of just crap at the beginning.
With like the dude talking.
It's talking, yeah.
Get out of the bloody
I'm
the song.
pretty
At
sure-
least make that a separate track so you can skip straight to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just,
Isn't
you
there
know.
setting? I mean,
You can go into iTunes and
yeah, you can do all that
select.
stuff.
I have
just-
actually
You have
done
done
that.
that, yeah. That's probably
It starts at like I don't know, 1 minute 30.4 seconds. Or
Starts
something.
when they're driving to the levees at that point. Just have it cut all the way to there.
Someone's asking Gavin, what were you going to say before Miles talked about being sad in GTA? I don't think you talked about being sad in GTA.
I know,
But
I'm gonna,
No, him
the-
talking about being in GTA was kind of sad. I think that's what he means.
gonna need a
you
hint
said
on that one.
Yeah, you were like, go on, you tell you.
Another thing I forgot to mention is that I was told to wear this week's T-shirt Tuesday on the podcast. Just realized I'm not wearing it.
No, that's it.
Yeah,
It looks really good.
Do you want to go change?
Yeah, it's the invisible
If there's
Jack
anyone,
shirt.
is anyone free? It's on the back of my chair. And
Which one did they
Achievement
go?
Hunter.
I guess they went with
So
all of them. Yeah.
we can also, in the meantime, we can talk about the poster that's coming out tomorrow
yeah.
on Tuesday.
Yes, this was featured in episode.
Oh, it's really dark. and-
Congratulations, by the way.
Congratulations,
Fucking
my
100
head.
episodes of
There's the
Minecraft.
shirt.
There's the
Thanks,
shirt.
Miles. Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's a sick shirt, man.
And the poster is a like a map of.
It's a map that John Reisinger made.
It was in
That's what you
the
guys
Let's
used in
Play,
the
right?
100,
Yeah,
right?
we wanted to originally print out a map so everyone. Wow,
Sweet
that is dark. That everyone could use because episode 100 was a scavenger hunt, but we know that nobody knows where anything is. So we had this. We were originally going to print out the map I made in the Achievement City tour, but
Right.
John Reisinger was already working on this map. So we were like, John, can you finish it by episode 100? And it looks really cool.
It's very like
it's
Super
like
Mario World inspired.
Yeah, it's kind of like a it's the map you see in a theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is how you get to these places. These are what they are.
Achievement City has become like one of the coolest things I've seen in video games in like the past
I
few
just
years.
like that a digital world is so famous.
It
It's-
is.
It's had so many views in it.
It
and
really is a
everyone-
theme park.
And it's been rebuilt in other people's worlds so many times.
Good
It
catch,
was
Gus.
black. I couldn't see it. Like it's so dark over there. I couldn't see it coming.
Why's
was
it
a
gotta
good
be
throw.
black?
I put my arm
Solid
up
throw
and Blaine
blame.
threw it right into my arm.
Yeah, it's an Achievement City. It's basically the 6 main houses of Achievement City.
Wait, where's Kerry's house?
Mine's under Michael's. It's okay.
Very true. Very true.
It's in the cringe area.
It's in the
I'm like in the
one of the
E.
letters.
Yeah.
In the E.
I actually watched a lot of the Minecraft Let's Plays this weekend.
Really?
And Mad
You
King
do?
Ryan, you did an excellent job.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So I totally fucked up in the middle of that, and
Really?
yeah. So at the very, if you haven't seen it, fucking spoiler alert. At the very end, Ryan has like built this labyrinth, and I am taking
It
the place
was
of Edgar.
horrifying.
Yeah, and I took the place of Edgar, so I had on like full diamond armor,
Dressed
and
as a cow skin.
dressed as a cow with a full diamond sword, and I thought he said something like, "Hey, come with me" or something like that. So I followed him up the stairs that he was using to go get you, and I think it was either you or Michael, like briefly
I was
saw me.
wondering why you were up there.
Yeah, and I just this is back in the old office. It was a lot smaller. I was seriously, my Xbox was on the arm
Was
of
that
a
the
chair.
one where your legs went numb in the middle of?
Yeah, my legs went entirely numb. That was one of the several. Like every time I sit in Ryan's seat, I don't know how he has legs still. I assume he'd be like the characters from like a Star Fox, and he just chop off his legs because it goes numb. But
But it actually kind of worked because it was kind of like a movie where you kind of see someone run past the camera. So
Yeah.
like we were looking around, there'd be like a cow
was that?
going like, we're like, yeah, who was that? What was that?
Yeah,
Some out of
Kerry?
aliens.
so I'm up there, and Ryan just goes like, "No, get down, get down." He's trying to say it so that you guys can't hear it, but you're right there.
Yeah, I'm right.
We're like this close, and he's like, "Get back, get back." I was like, "Oh." No, this is the Let's Play that I immediately went home and then found out I was sick and just started vomiting everywhere. So I was like,
vomiting boogies.
yeah, it's just the boogies built up in my stomach.
The roof of your mouth collapsed. Goop fell in.
It was just like I had like a pool of like boogers
Oh, why?
in my stomach,
Why?
and it was just
So this shirt's pretty
I
good.
take back what I said, Kerry. You were a terrible editor. Just the worst.
lifting the skin.
Please stop.
All right, anyways,
This is a nice shirt.
it's a cool shirt. Don't throw up on it because you're hearing me talk about boogies.
It really is like what I was saying, a theme park.
Another thing,
I wish there was a way at RTX we could do like a tour of Achievement City or something like that.
we could get them going on it.
Dude, if we got Oculus Rift, fucking
Dude,
do a
yeah.
walk through Achievement City. Oh my god!
you guys see the Game
you're
of Thrones
promising a
exhibit?
lot.
I'm not promising shit.
definitely.
I'm saying it'd be a good idea.
We talked
Gus.
about trying to like physically. At one point last year, we talked about trying to physically build everyone's houses from Achievement City. Instead, we
right.
ended up printing up the backdrops, for photo ops. And we talked about like, how could we build Jeff's house in comparison
You have
to
to have it
everyone
touch
else's
the
house?
ceiling.
Like you
Yeah,
need
well,
scale,
the
but you
thought
also
was-
need gap like raised to not be like the size of like a box, cardboard box.
Right,
or
right.
something.
The thought was to build it to the ceiling and scale everything else against it, and then line it with clouds around it, so you can't really see it. Like
Nice.
hang a bunch of like
That's awesome.
cloud formations around it. But it turned out to be really fucking expensive to do that.
That sounds
So
like
Who would
a-
have thought?
let's just print it out and
Yeah.
do that instead.
Were you saying building a gigantic building is expensive?
Yeah, building a building to use for a weekend.
Yeah.
And then tearing it
You think
down.
we're gonna get that the Tower of Pimps from RTX in here? I mean, we have space now.
That's a good point.
There's been talk of getting it and putting it outside.
I
the
think
achievement
Jack still
area.
has it kind of in its collapsed form. It was cool though. It's really cool to see it to scale.
Yeah,
And,
we-
like how in the game we're always just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you jump off.
Yeah.
And if you
Break
did that in
your
real life,
fucking
you would,
ankles.
you would
Yeah.
break your spine because it's high.
Jack was talking to at one point about
Your
like
meat, man.
using it as like storage, or I just want to like have like a ladder that goes all the way to the top on the inside, so you can go and like take naps or
Yeah.
something.
Maybe we should put it on the roof.
Oh, that's good. Like
One
like
thing
a
I liked
signal.
about episode 100 though is that we started doing Let's Builds way after we built Achievement City. Like we didn't even think to record it.
Right.
And it took us like 15 hours to build Achievement City. But I remembered I randomly just recorded us making it with my phone, like a couple
was a
of
good way to
minutes.
start it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, nobody's seen this. Nobody knows I have this.
Yeah.
I love just pulling out hidden footage from. It's pretty an iconic moment, like
from the
building it.
bathroom.
It was like the recording the first RVB episode. It was
Yeah,
just-
like how Bernie filmed
We
you.
have something
I
like
like
that
stuff
with
like
Ruby.
that.
We do.
I don't remember what it is though.
Yeah, you do.
Dude,
I see your face.
just wait for ages.
Yeah, we talked about it before. No, so we weren't sure, like when we first wrote the scripts, how long, how many
Oh, yeah,
pages.
I remember what it is.
Yeah, how many pages we would need to write per. We just didn't know what the page to minute count was. So we just the two of us recorded all of the voices for every single character for an entire episode.
Yeah.
So we have that audio somewhere of me going. I was usually Ruby and Yang.
And I was
Weiss and
Weiss
Blake.
and-
You should have made that a separate audio track on the DVD.
We
I
talked
think
about
we
it too.
talked about doing
Yeah.
that. I need to find
It's a lot of work.
Episode 2 is different too. In the
It was,
original
yeah.
State. Yeah.
But it was fun at the beginning of that video, just without any mention of it, just showing
Yeah.
the audience something that they
It was
didn't know existed.
really cool.
Yeah,
it was
it
a
was.
really
Yeah, I
cool
thought
way
it
to
was
start the
cool.
video.
It was
You
alright.
guys are great.
I'm not gonna kiss your ass.
It didn't have a
for
plane crash in it, so we didn't care.
You know
Dude,
what
next
I like.
Let's Play.
It wasn't air disasters.
I was trying to.
Like,
How long till they add like a flying vehicle type thing to Minecraft?
I always want a parachute. I just want a parachute. That's
Yeah,
what
that'd
I
be
want.
cool.
Or a hang glider.
Why can't you build
You
like
wanna
a
glide
propeller
airplane.
and
but then
attach
you don't
it
have
to
the option to
wings?
fly, Gavin.
I just want a shuttle that glides.
You want to come in from space, but
Yeah.
have enough power in case you need to go around.
Dude, they
Basically,
fucking
you're
went to
saying-
space. They
So
did the space
you're,
Let's Play.
basically, here's what I'm saying: you're okay gliding in Minecraft, but in real life, they should have the ability to thrust.
A shuttle is heavy. What if there's well, a person is
Yeah.
just like glide it in.
Yeah.
A shuttle. What if there's severe wind and they're getting blown away from the runway? It's like, oh, gotta go up.
Do you think,
You're
you
gonna
think
land
the
on
wind
trees.
affects the shuttle more than it does a hang glider?
A hang glider doesn't. Forget about the hang glider. No. Why are we talking about hang glider? The shuttle needs. I'm amazed that they landed every. Did any of them crash?
I don't think so. I think they usually
Gus is
go
out.
to the ocean.
Or they
What
don't make
shuttle
it past
doesn't-
the atmosphere.
Yeah,
That's why
shuttle in the
they were
ocean.
very particular about the weather requirements when they landed, and they had backup sites for landing. In
Yeah.
case.
I can just imagine all the astronauts in space, like, I hope the weather's good. I really want
Oh,
to.
you're like, oh shit, we're gonna have to land in California. It's like, you land oh shit, we have to land in Florida. You know, it's like
I
you
guess
land
they
away
have-
in the opposite end of the country.
They have the most direct tell about whether the weather's good, though. They just look out the window. Wow, weather's crap on America right now.
That cloud's gonna be bad in a little bit.
It was always cool to me how the ISS has like 10 sunsets and sunrises per day because they're just hauling ass over
Oh,
the earth.
whoa.
That's
I love
crazy.
that.
I
That's
didn't know
something
that.
I never thought
Like
about.
they go so fast around the other way. I think that it's.
Are they propelling themselves like constantly, or do they just like speed up?
I mean, they're just orbiting it.
Yeah, they're
But
orbiting. They're falling.
Oh, okay.
you
falling.
just fall with,
Okay.
with style.
Yes.
Stop points.
You just buzz like
I
that.
need to
thing.
play more Kerbal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kerbal teaches you a lot.
Yeah.
Kerbal is advanced now.
Yeah.
I was watching a Let's Play that someone else did, where there was an asteroid. He was actually coming up to this asteroid that he thought was really big in the distance, and then his ship totally blocked the view of the asteroid. He's like, oh, and then he ended up bumped into it. He spins the camera around, the asteroid's like this big against his ship. He's like, oh, I thought that was going to be a lot bigger.
really funny.
There's a video by someone called Kurt J Mac. If you want to see that, Let's Play. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I love Kerbal Space Program.
He's the guy who walks
That's Kurt.
in a straight line in Minecraft, trying to get to the end.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's never gonna happen.
He's in the version where the Farlands exist. He's gotten really far. He's got like 10% of the way.
Yeah, but how long has that taken?
3 years.
Yeah. Is he still gonna be doing that in 30 years?
Dude, he's making money on it. He makes tons
he?
for. He's made like, I think like 300 grand for charity doing it.
Oh, wow, that's great.
donate.
That's
he just
pretty cool.
like a couple of times a week, just walks for half an hour.
He's
then
gonna end
stops.
with like if he doesn't make it, he should just make a post that's like exact quote from Forrest Gump. It's like, I'm pretty tired. I think I'm gonna go home.
He just turns back.
It's like a modern day
I'll
Forrest
take
Gump.
a minecart.
The sad thing is, he's gonna walk so much further than he's ever walked in his real life. Probably.
Man, that's weird to think about. How?
What?
I
Why is
wa-
that sad?
He could be actually walking and
The
like staying
number
healthy, I
one
guess.
thing I can hope for when we all die is we get some sort of stat sheet. You get the KD ratio, you get like miles
Hopefully
traveled.
0.
Hopefully 0. Or maybe you killed someone evil.
Yeah.
Gus. Come on.
Do you think you'll get stats like how many times you pooped?
I want everything.
Total
How many
weight of
times
the poop.
you get
Yeah,
number 1,
yeah.
number 2, and number 3. You get a count
Yeah.
of all of them.
And 4.
What's
wanna know
4?
the biggest
It's for
weight-
swallowing fucking. No, I'm not getting back into it. I'm sorry.
I do have another ad read at some point, please.
It'd be cool to know.
Dude, I want to see your ad read stats.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to know the biggest weight loss you ever had in a day. Like,
Oh, that'd be kinda
You know,
cool.
sometimes where you just feel like you've got all
Just
everything,
bloated.
and you sit down, you poo a lot, you
Biggest
pee a lot,
poo?
and it's, yeah, well, that'd be a
Who
thing.
did, like I wonder like what the biggest poo in the world is.
Randy Marsh. I saw that episode of South Park.
But I mean like like I don't know, man. I just want to know. I feel like it'd be really important, and I'd want to shake his hand.
Longest time with an erection would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
What I've found out recently is that
Well, you want to see how close
What's
you
actually dangerous? What's actually dangerous about it?
Having an erection?
So we talked
For
about
more
this
than
once
4
on the
hours.
podcast.
Okay.
Um,
I hadn't heard the one.
You essentially the flesh starts to rot and you get like gangrene.
Oh, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like because
Yeah.
of the way all the blood's trapped.
all right.
So
Well,
you
you're
were
the one who
more
wanted
torn
to
up
do an
about
ad
the
read.
boogies
Yeah,
than
I
you
know.
were about.
Well, he's only
rotting
asking about
penis.
hard-ons that last longer than 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
What?
I found out recently. I've discovered that the need to pee is only mental. Like you don't.
It's all in the brain, right?
There's physically nothing.
I think some of it's in the bladder.
Well, I got on a plane yesterday.
Yeah.
I chugged a ton of water before the flight, and then I peed right before I boarded.
Right.
And like an hour into the flight, I needed to pee. I was like, well, there's no way because there's literally not enough liquid in my bladder for me to need to pee right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to pee for like half an hour, and I was like, nope, not doing it. I don't need to pee.
Why?
There's plenty of room in my. I hate peeing on planes. I got to get up, get the guy to
weird.
move.
Weren't
And
you in
then-
fucking first class though?
I was.
Isn't that like part of the experience? Isn't there like a
I
first
was
class bathroom?
by the window.
It's
I
exactly
know
the
what
same,
it's
by
like.
the way.
You know,
Is it
No
really?
different.
Oh, okay.
You know they say like
I don't know,
like,
guys.
you
just
can-
get free food and drink.
you can't like in the middle of sex you're not really gonna have like an urge to pee. Like if you're
Yeah.
like sexually
That's why when I
aroused.
need to piss really bad, I just start jacking off.
Well, no, that's why there's a difference there though, because when you have a rock on, you don't need to pee because the valve goes the other way.
Right. So then, how do people who get off to that? How do they then pee? You know what I mean? But wouldn't you be like halfway through and then get hard and then like not like be able to pee anymore? Like R. Kelly. Like I'm saying allegedly. I'm saying if R. Kelly was allegedly peeing on somebody, wouldn't then he get aroused?
like his stream is just like done. He's like, no, man.
Okay, I saw the weirdest fetish
boy.
site today.
Oh boy.
God.
That's a statement.
This is rkellypeesonme.com.
I'm going to talk very carefully about it because I don't want to inadvertently
gotta pee
say
right
the
now.
URL and I don't
Okay.
want to send them traffic.
Is it comeseeclayton.com, which was the name of that thing?
It's
that website?
it's a website where there's no nudity, but
Okay.
it's all women whose cars have broken down on the side of the road.
Whoa.
And
And it's like in this video, there's lots of close-ups of pedal pressing and high heels slipping on ice. It's like a combination like foot fetish,
And
helplessness,
vulnerability.
Yeah, and like stalker serial killer thing. I
hate
was
crap like that.
What is this? And then like I went
What
through
the
the FAQ and they're like, well, we'll ship you DVDs, whatever. And are your DVDs discreet? Yes. If you're in Germany, click here. And I was like, I'm gonna click here. So I clicked on it. It's like, this is special information for you if you're in Germany. And then it's just like a block of text in German. And I was like, what does that say?
You translate it,
Google
right?
Translate?
I did the Google Translate, but it's like, in order to buy these videos to get delivered to your home, file an alias with the post office and this and that. I was
God,
like,
that is shady.
yeah, like
Yeah.
steps of stuff to do. I was like, what the fuck is this website?
You think someone who ever ordered that gets a call? They're like, hey, we have some really bad news. We're not gonna be able to get your DVDs there in time. The car broke down.
The mail truck.
wait, no. Tell me more about it. Please, tell me more.
How late is it gonna be? Oh, how many days
How bad was it?
Your tires how flat?
Oh my god.
That's fucking what like.
Well,
I wish I had this fetish because I got to take a leak so
Yeah.
bad right
But that's the thing. It's the thing I discovered on the plane.
Dude, just get a boner real quick.
The thing I discovered on the plane is I knew my bladder wasn't full, and I mentally got rid of the need to piss.
Fuck you.
I did. I was just like,
okay,
I know I don't need to pee, so I don't. And then
How did
Alright,
you know your bladder wasn't full though?
because I just peed before the flight.
I've done that before, where it's like it's like
Yeah, it's like-
I feel like I need to pee. I'm like, there is no way.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I
because
felt like I was
it's
getting a mixed
breaking
message.
The seal, right? It's like
Yeah, but I was like, this fine. I don't need to pee. And then all of a sudden, I was just like, it's fine. Lasted 3 hours. Didn't need to pee.
what if you want to pee though?
Oh, absolutely, you can do it then.
Well, yeah.
Well, then pee.
Okay. Well, then
I
why
mean,
did
there's
you do
something
that?
in that. Well, I didn't want to get up.
He said he hates peeing on airplanes.
fair enough.
Although I will say, I said that the bathrooms are the same.
Yeah.
I have been on some international flights where it's better.
Really?
Like when
Is there a bidet?
I flew to London once, and I was in business class, and the bathroom was huge. Like normally you go in, it's all cramped.
Yeah.
And one time I went in because
A bathroom to poo in.
it's you could definitely take a dump there, but we're getting ready to land. It was morning, so I was like, I'm gonna go brush my teeth. I walked into the bathroom. I was like, holy shit. This bathroom is fucking huge. I understand how people have sex on airplanes now.
So then
It's like before, like I was like, how does this work? Like you can't fuck anyone in this bathroom. But that bathroom was like, I can totally have a three-way in
I can't
here.
even jerk off in here. There's not a room. They're just gonna hear me grunting from the other side.
You gotta pretend your brother's there.
I came up with the ultimate. You know how there are some people like in video games.
Yeah.
There are people like artists who add like little touches like of realism into a video game.
You mean like artists that work on the video game? Or what are you talking about?
Well, like I
You mean,
don't know, like
Easter eggs or like.
the one thing I remembered in the last Hitman game.
Yeah.
Right.
You could climb around through vents, and at the end, when you would approach the duct cover,
Right.
there would be cigarettes pushed through. And I was like,
okay,
that's
gotcha.
a nice touch
Yeah.
because people would stick cigarettes in there.
Well, just extra
You know
detail.
that's why every single toilet in a video game is just filled with shit because
Yeah.
the artist got bored. It's like,
Yeah.
well, let's make this an interesting.
But that's not
toilet.
so subtle. The Hitman thing was kind of clever.
That's nice, yeah.
The ultimate thing that you could never write without experiencing it is that I was on a plane and there was a sticker on the ceiling saying, don't mess with the smoke detector.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was hair trapped in it because tall people would scrape their hair and some of their hair would get stuck in the stickiness. And I thought, that'd be the best touch in a video game.
I thought you said tool people, as in like the people.
So
that
did I. I
install
was
it.
like, does he mean the
Whoa,
mechanics?
whoa, whoa, go back.
Spanner
Wait.
people.
Did he not say tool people?
He said tall people.
people of
People who are
height.
tool.
You know, tool people.
They're
Tool
tool.
people with their tools.
How is that the one word you tripped up on?
We
there?
all
We
thought
all
you
did
said
it
tool.
because you said tool.
Tall people.
You say tool again.
I did say tall again.
Okay. Wait. Is it tool
the
time?
British
Is
accent
it
is
tall
just
time?
attractive.
I'm not saying tall, I'm saying tall.
No, I'm not saying tool. I'm saying tool.
You're
Anyway.
fucking with
Now
me
you're
now.
taking, now you're
I
taking
thought-
the piss.
I thought that. There you go.
Good one.
Yeah. Just
I
like
thought
I
that
gotta
would
piss
be-
so bad.
But that thing in the sticker was like prime example of something you would never be able to come up
Yeah.
with your brain. You'd have to experience it in real life and then add it to a game.
I get what you're saying. No, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just like, huh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let me read this
Okay,
in here.
Sure.
I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by berries.com. Do it. Get it over with. I got some for my mom recently. She loved them. She thinks I'm the best.
Really?
Take that, my sister. Anyway, berries.com. BERRIES.
Is she the sister that ate knobs against a mailbox once?
The
thought
way
you
you
were-
said it made
yeah.
it sound terrible.
Yep.
See,
Wait, I
She
still-
crashed into a mailbox
Oh.
on a bicycle.
Was she toll?
No, she was tool.
the thing that terrifies me about these kind of ads, and especially when it's like Mother's Day coming up,
Yeah.
it scares the crap out of me because I'm like, what? Because Mother's Day in England is for some reason in the middle of March.
Really?
Yeah, it's already happened. And,
Oh.
and then I'm like, what?
Did you forget
I
it?
didn't know. Yeah. No, I didn't forget in March.
What'd you get her?
Berries.
Bunch of, I don't know, flowers?
Well, thoughtful gift from Gavin.
Another thoughtful gift brought to you by Gavin Free.
I don't know.
If you sent me flowers, I would
Day,
remember.
Father's Day is on the same day in both countries.
But it's just Mother's
Day is on. I have no idea why.
Do you think I'm not a dad? I'm not going to have kids.
At all.
You sure?
Yeah,
Oh, no
positive.
Papa Gus?
And I imagine that if
could have
I,
a Gus the
if I
Fourth.
if I did have kids
Uh-huh.
for Father's Day, I would tell them, listen, Gus the Fourth. For Father's Day, I want you to leave me the fuck alone.
Oh, that's nice.
Just let me play my goddamn Xbox.
Like it's a day off from being
Yeah,
a dad.
and I don't want to deal with your shit.
So it's an anti-father.
Here's
story.
$10 in advance. Get pizza. Fuck you.
Here's a stack of Playboys. Just keep it quiet.
No. Oh. Just teach yourself to be a man in the corner. It's
Between
fine.
this hour and this hour, just try and stay alive. Try not
Yeah.
to die
Yeah.
in that window.
So can I, like when I do have kids down the line, can I make you the godfather so that you can I feel like you'd be like a good godfather. Because it's like,
Really?
it's
Do you
like
feel healthy?
The Gus father.
Do I
this-
feel healthy?
Yeah, this is like a low probability of happening.
that I'm going to have kids or
That
what?
you're gonna die.
That's a good point. I don't know.
I think of most of the people at Rooster Teeth, you'd be one of the early ones, I think.
I feel like it, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah,
No,
he's-
I see
he's
that
right.
too.
Yeah,
No,
he's right.
You used to do fucking parkour. You walk to
yeah.
a fucking mountain.
Like
Or
you-
the fact that I don't sleep anymore.
Like, it's
and-
always the
too.
nice people that go, right? And you're
thank
like
you.
just a nice dude, like lovely,
Appreciate
like
that.
happy go Kerry or whatever.
yeah.
And you'd pack it in first. I
Yeah.
think.
How do you think you're gonna go, Gav?
Doing something dumb. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe for the next immersion shoot. I don't know.
I
keep
saw
sa-
some scary shit over there
Yeah.
related to
Yeah,
it.
no, there's some scary shit over there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't talk about immersion.
No, just don't die.
Oh.
My stuff.
Oh, okay.
If you die, make sure we're rolling, please.
Basically, I keep
sure
Yeah,
we get
and just
footage.
be like, Blaine.
I keep walking around seeing weird contraptions, and on the side it says, "Do not touch immersion," and every single thing looks like it's going to kill me. It just
Yeah,
looks
well,
like
that's
a
the
death
goal.
machine.
Yeah, have you seen the guillotine yet?
Nope.
Don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
It's French for tall table.
Someone's mad at you, Gavin, because your shoelace is untied. It's driving him crazy on
How
Twitter.
fucking dare you?
Alex Jules on Twitter. Gavin Free, tie your fucking shoes, please. In Gavin's defense, one of them is tied.
It's true.
I'll try to
Also,
untie it.
I have no patience for OCD.
I mean,
Live with my shoe.
he probably just doesn't want
It's
you to trip.
my shoe. If it's untied, that's up to me.
This is America.
You tell him,
It's your
Gavin.
free will.
But now
is,
it's pissed me off, so I'm going to tie it.
Yeah.
But it's
I
not
will
because of
only
you.
tie the shoe if I want to, and I happen to want to right now.
Now that
This
you've
is
Thank
my,
you,
This
dick.
is my choice.
It took me a long time when I was a kid to learn how to tie shoes. Your shoelace is untied.
I know.
He just did that on purpose.
It took me a long time to learn how to tie my shoes. I think I was
Stupid?
10 before I would finally figure out how to tie shoes on my own, and I had to always wear Velcro shoes. And other kids used to always make me feel bad about it. They would always make fun of me because I couldn't tie my shoes. But to this day, I still think Velcro shoes are the way to go.
Dude, Velcro
it's
shoes
the way of
fucking
the future.
rock.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
you're
that's what
right.
they're wearing in Wally.
Also, shoelaces touch the toilet floor, and then you have to
Yep.
touch them.
yeah.
Oh, I need
But
the
these are
toilet
gross.
so
Right.
bad.
You know, I never untie my shoes.
You just slip them on.
Yeah, when I get them, I tie them as tight as I can the first time, and that's it. I just slip them on and off.
I
do
got in
that-
trouble for doing that when I was a kid.
Don't you bust the heel
Yeah, because
up
my
that way?
parents
You're
were
an
trying
adult
to
now.
my parents were trying to teach me how to tie shoes. I tied them once. I was like, "Fucking, don't need to do that again." My parents caught on. They're like, "Untie and retie your shoes." I was like, ingenuity.
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I turned 24 on. When did I turn 24?
Last Thursday.
Last
Last Thursday.
Thursday. You turn 23.
Do all your
soon.
friends from school hate you? That you've accomplished a lot.
I don't know. I mean, most of them probably hated me before any of this. No, I don't know. That's weird.
Do you guys
I
talk to
never
people-
Does
thought about
anyone
that,
not
actually.
hate Miles?
That's the real question. Oh, Gavin.
Do you-
fuck yourself,
Yeah,
Kerry?
that's
Gus,
fine.
I expected this from you.
Yeah. Do you
I
guys
don't
talk
know.
to people
Do
from
you-
high
I mean,
school
do you get
still?
that?
I got a message from someone in high school the other day.
Really?
I mean, I went to high school a long. I'm old as shit, right? I got a message from someone I went to high school with the other day who was like, "Oh, hey, I saw you in a promo for a contest that Onnit is running."
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like,
That's funny.
"Yep, that's me."
I'm the
Do you-
Onnit guy.
Do you
Yeah.
work? Do you work for them? I was like,
Nope.
"No,
Actually.
we work with them a lot. I don't work for them." It was like, "Great, good hearing from you." And then the other day, I was eating up at the Domain.
Yeah.
And I walked out of the restaurant, walked around the corner, and I literally bumped into someone I knew in like elementary school, middle school, and high school.
Wow.
Really?
And it was like,
Did they recognize
oh,
you?
Yeah, we recognized each other. I was like, "Oh, you're that guy. Oh, you're that guy. What are you doing?" "I just had lunch. What are you doing?" "I'm about to go eat lunch." "Wow. Have been back to the old hometown? Great.
You can't,
Yeah,
like-
things sure are different.
As-
Bye."
As soon as you
Email.
leave college, small talk is a fucking joke. All it is, "So, what have you been up to?" "Work." I know that. That's fucking it. I can't stand it anymore.
Well, the thing
Like,
is, if you're unsuccessful,
weather. It's
you don't want to talk about your job.
and if you're
you
too
are
successful, you don't want to talk about your job.
Well, you don't want to come off like a prick, like you're bragging about
exactly.
your job.
It's
So just like,
weird.
Yeah, but other than me, to talk to you about it, you sound like a prick.
Dude,
A
I
lot.
probably sound like a prick a lot. I don't mean to. my friends accuse me of humble bragging. I tweet
oh man, when I was on the podcast last week, the lights are so high.
When Ruby got started,
Yeah.
like I made a Facebook post. I was like, I'm so excited. I've like ever since I was in middle school, I wanted to make a cartoon. Now I'm finally getting to do it. I love this opportunity. Thanks to everybody that supported us. Like the first comment on that is fucking humble brag, bro. I was like, Mitch, why?
And now everyone sees that comment.
Yeah, no, and like
Hashtag
I'm still friends with a lot of people I went to high school with, and they just make fun of me for it.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten some fan art before, and as much as I appreciate fan art, like I had a lot, and I didn't have any, I had nowhere I could keep it, so I was, hate to say I was gonna get rid of it, and my friends go, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're moving out. We're moving into a new place. We could really use some wall art. They selected a few choice pieces of fan art that they display in their kitchen, and they always show it to me whenever I come over to their apartment.
Do they have like a chair that they put it above? It's like on the
No.
wall?
They have it. They
It's
have
like,
it.
this
They
is
have
the
it above
Miles
their
chair.
dining room. They have it above their dining room table.
I have it like above my bed.
There's a painting of me where I was like making this face. It was like a weird, like awkward, smoldery kind of face. The painting looks kind of sad.
do you know what I
and they call
really-
it Sad Miles, and they always pay the respect.
Do you know
to
what I
Sad
really
Miles.
hate about myself?
What? Other than everything,
Well,
you're
yeah.
so pessimistic.
Is that I know the picture that
You
they
know?
probably referenced it from. I fucking hate myself for that. I don't know. I was
Like,
just being super straight over here.
I received last year at RTX. Someone came up and had painted paintings of my wife and I, like two separate paintings. One of my wife, one of me. Actually, no, I think and presented them to us. They were great, wonderful paintings, and I framed them and put them in my dining room.
Uh-huh.
And after I had put them up in my dining room, like a couple days later, my in-laws came over, and they were like, "What's that?" They're like, "Oh, I met someone, and they gave me, these paintings of me and your daughter." They're like, "We're taking them."
What?
And I was like, "What?" They're like, "We love them. We're taking them." They took them and they hung them in their house.
awesome.
Did you have like a little plaque underneath it that was like $30?
I was like,
Sorola.
Little
so
gallery.
now every time I go down to their house, it's like in their living room. It's like these two paintings.
Weird.
Yeah.
There's like, we just threw out the TV, just got it on the wall, we just kind of, look at it.
Yeah, we can't change the channel, but it's really entertaining.
Yeah.
Those guys, they get into crazy adventures.
Dude, on the plane, I watched that documentary about the sushi guy.
Oh, Jiro Dreams of Sushi?
Oh, it's a great documentary.
I could watch macro shots of, of knives going through tuna fish
Yeah.
all day. It's like it's so satisfying to
Did
watch
you,
it just so neatly sliced.
Completely serious. Did you get a little aroused?
Didn't get aroused. I was hungry at the time, and I got really hungry.
Did you have
Yeah.
to pee? Did you have to pee?
Does that?
I needed to pee.
Really
during
gotta
the fun.
pee. How much time do we have left, guys?
I got another 10 minutes or so.
Oh,
Fine. The fact that he would, like in that tasting course, he would change the size of the sushi based on gender, and also place it on a different side of the
buttoning
plate
my
depending on whether they were right or left-handed.
Yeah, he wouldn't ask them.
Yeah.
He would just
He
notice
just
if they were
do it
right or left-handed.
because he didn't want someone like a woman who needs to eat less to be taking longer to eat because it would ruin the pacing of his
Right.
course.
Also,
So he would make it so everyone finishes
have-
their sushi at the same
I want
time.
him to work at McDonald's for a day. Like
God.
really just like make the experience
good
really
would
good.
McDonald's be?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Also, like, it's like so precise that I guess one of his sons built a second restaurant, but his son was right-handed and not left-handed, so he built the restaurant mirror image.
It's completely inverted.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
there was that they showed that page in the magazine where it's like one is one side, one is the other, and it's both restaurants, but it's like a mirror.
Yeah, because it's like instead of reaching for the knife here, he reaches for it here.
Wow.
It's just like back and forth.
Also, it's so sad how they talk about how they're like both of the sons are so inferior to their father, and he's like, "Well, I have the other restaurant, but I have to really slash my prices."
Yeah.
because I'm not
And
not
then-
my father.
So it's like that
Wow.
one has to slash his prices, and the other one has to work as his father's apprentice.
Uh-huh.
And the father, the son is old as shit, and the father's
the oldest
super
son is
old.
like over 50, I think.
Yeah, and he's still the apprentice. He's like, yeah, when my father decides he doesn't want to do this anymore, I'll take over the business. But it's like, can you imagine you being over 50 and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm still the apprentice.
You're
I'm
not-
still working
Oh
to take
boy,
this over.
one day.
You're not allowed to touch fish for like 10 years there.
Yeah.
Are you? You have to make the egg sushi, and it's basically just a square of.
Oh, I thought you meant like it was like illegal or
It
something.
makes me think of Miyazaki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like you have to make a square of fried egg on both sides and then slice it into cubes. And apparently, the guy presented it every day for like 4 months. Oh, I spat. 4 months, and they rejected it every time. And finally, after about 4 months, they said yes to that, and he said, "Make it like that." and apparently just burst into tears.
Yeah, and it's like also
So-
like the first, and not only that, like you can't touch the fish for 10 years. The first couple of years, you just wash rice, right,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like that's it.
And not only
That's
is
Shit, I
that,
need to
wow.
watch this documentary. This sounds
not
like
only
really
is that
good
the best
documentary.
Yeah.
sushi anywhere, apparently it's like 3 Michelin stars.
It's the-
Every vendor is like an expert in their field. Like their
Right.
octopus guy knows everything about octopus. Their shrimp guy is like the best shrimp guy. It's really cool. It's just like such a perfect.
Yeah, if you've
documentary.
never seen this documentary, it's called Jiro Dreams of Sushi. I know it's on
It's on
Netflix.
It really made me want to go there. And apparently, any restaurant that gets a 3-star Michelin thing award, that means that you should go to that country just to eat at that restaurant. That's what 3 stars.
Have you ever
means.
eaten at a 3 Michelin star restaurant?
No, I've never eaten it.
I have.
You
Oh,
have?
really?
Really?
I've eaten at a 3 Michelin star restaurant in
Where?
Chicago.
Oh.
What was it?
It's called L2O. It's the most expensive meal I've ever had in my life.
How much
it
was
was
it?
fucking ridiculous. But it was like a 20-course meal.
What?
But every course is really small.
I was gonna say, yeah. How do you fit all of that?
One of the courses was a lobster roll.
Just like a cup
that
of
was
air.
about the size of this bottle cap. It's like maybe the size of a $50.
Uh-huh.
It's like they baked a tiny little roll of bread.
Jesus.
And got a tiny little bit of lobster on it.
Just, like,
and made
perfectly.
the perfect little lobster roll. I looked at it, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I don't even like lobster. This is the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. Oh my god, what the fuck am I eating? It was absolutely ridiculous. They had a dress code. I did not own the proper attire to go to this restaurant. I had to buy clothes just to go eat at this place. I
Did you have to reserve?
Just like
suit
rent a
jacket.
tux or
You have to
something?
reserve like 3 months in advance.
Jesus
And
Oh,
so you planned it 3
Yeah.
months in advance.
Wow.
That's cool. When did you do that?
I did it for my 5th anniversary.
Oh, cool.
That's nice.
I really want to go to the place in Japan.
Yeah, I think if you're not Japanese, you have to have someone Japanese go with you to the
Just 'cause they
Jiro
can't-
Dreams
they
sushi
don't
place.
speak English.
They don't want to deal with it.
Oh, that makes sense.
But there was a guy in the documentary inquiring about what they did, and he was like, "What appetizers do you have?" He's like, "We don't know appetizers. It's
Yeah.
just sushi."
Yeah. You,
And
you come here,
apparently,
you eat sushi.
apparently
you're
the
done.
style is you go in, you get out. It's like a 15-minute
Yeah,
meal.
it's super
you eat
fast.
a bunch of sushi and then you leave. And from the time you spend in there, based on their prices, it's like apparently the most expensive place to eat.
Yeah, I think it's like $300 to eat there or something like that. I looked into it after I first saw.
And you're only there for
that
15
documentary.
minutes.
Yeah.
Like $300 for 15 minutes is a lot of money.
That's fucking crazy. There's you mentioned this a second ago, going back to like the father son thing. There's a really famous director. What's going on the side?
Wow.
That'd be so bad.
Oh, you have to
I'm
pee.
about to fucking
There's a
piss
really
my
famous-
pants.
The bad thing is the bathrooms are so far.
He should have
Think of
peed in the bottle.
waterfalls.
Yeah, do you think maybe when he chugged the fucking thing?
Run,
He's running like he's got a plunger up his ass. Okay,
I can imagine him getting to the bathrooms and both are occupied.
what were you saying?
There's like a really famous animation director. His name's Hayao Miyazaki, and he has a
All right,
son.
replacement Miles.
Matt!
His name also starts with an M.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
How's it
Matt?
going?
What are you up to? Just hanging out?
Just writing crap for Red vs. Blue 12.
Do you have to pee?
I do.
Ooh.
You're writing.
As Miles.
Oh, okay.
I'm in character.
Yeah, in my
Was
head I was
that-
like, wow, man.
Was that not obvious?
You didn't sell it.
But this guy, I don't know the full story behind it, but his son is working at the same studio as like the next like up and coming director there. But apparently at one point he went to school to do landscaping. Like there's a school in Japan that you learn to landscape. And he was like, "No, I don't want to direct. I'm going to go landscape instead." And I
It's
guess
like directing a lawn.
Exactly. It's like, "Hey, grass, go there. Flower, go over there."
Wind
And-
blow to the right.
And I don't know if like eventually he decided like, no, landscaping's not for me, or if his father was like, wait, like, what are you doing?
Cut
Like,
the shit.
Yeah, it's like, we have a studio, come make movies. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but it's like the same thing. It's like he's like the son to like one of the greatest animation directors of all time, and he's landscaping. There's nothing wrong with landscaping. Don't get me
You can
wrong.
make a lot of money, Lance.
You can. It's good. I mean, it's an art.
You're gonna leave your own mark.
Yeah. Miles is leaving a mark in the bathroom right now.
He's leaving a mark on the way to the bathroom.
It's just like
A
dribbling.
really long, wet mark.
The honey wagon we have in the back is kind of like a giant airport apron bathroom. So that's why I like to think that the first class ones are. So we have like this like
Kara thought that was really funny. Apparently,
Kara only like anytime nobody laughs at my jokes, Kara's like always the one that laughs at my jokes.
I refuse to use a honey wagon ever since I was on set
Really?
and someone tripped up the stairs of the other one and sloshed all my toilet water into my anus. That was a cold morning. Cold,
Was
wet.
it brisk?
so for people who don't know, who are listening, honey wagon is like the fancy movie set term for like a portable bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nicer than a porta potty.
Bathroom with suspension.
You've been replaced, Miles.
That's fine.
Did you make? I think he made it. He's not all.
Did
the way.
you
Happy.
did you fully close the door behind you?
I didn't lock the door to the bathroom, Kerry.
Oh my god.
Do you always stay this late, Matt? Are you always here at this
Pretty
time?
much, yeah.
Yeah, I saw you here last week. Also.
I get the feeling that-
I feel like previously.
Do you know what? Tonight, I've been wanting to come over here to the set the entire time, and I'm unfortunately in the bungalow.
Oh, you're not
that's
even in this building. I always
across the
forget.
parking lot, and it's like I swear it feels like it's 5 miles away compared to how far away I was from stuff before.
Yeah.
And I could not leave my computer because I was laughing so much. I didn't want to like come over here to watch in person because I was laughing so much at
What
the
were you
screen.
laughing at?
Well, I don't think you want me to bring it up again. Because you weren't laughing, you were turning up several shades of green. You're about as green as that Achievement City.
Yeah.
Or
No,
as
it's right.
green
T-shirt.
as what was,
what's funny is
Well, I was eating boogies all night in my sleep.
Don't encourage him.
what's funny is the bungalow you're at now is technically further away, but I feel like it's closer than the other building was.
than the annex.
Yeah, like when you're over there, when I have to go see, talk to you,
Yeah.
because previously we sat next to each other at the old building.
We did, yeah.
And now when I have to go see you and I have to walk to the bungalow, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna walk to the bungalow.
I-
But at the old building, walking between the studio and the annex was like, oh, I got to go all the way fucking over there. Mainly because I guess you have to walk.
I'm going to say this in a
it's
way
the
that's going to
fence.
sound it's going to sound insulting to you, but I feel like now that Gus is gone from my office space within 5 feet, I feel like a pet died. Because there was like you
My
know
little Sorola fish.
You know when you're at home and you got your cat or your dog, and like you get up and you turn around and there's the cat or the dog, and it's like, hey, how you doing? And you feel like, oh, cat or dog, I love you so much. You give it a little pat,
Nice, cuddly
and like
familiarity.
I would always come out of my office. I would think I gotta ask Gus about something. I would go out of my office. I would turn like literally 6 inches, turn to my right, and there you are, and you'd just be like,
hey man, let's talk.
Did you see that?
and
You want to go walk to the annex?
Did you see that Walter
and that
Mitty
was
movie?
What's that?
The Walter Mitty movie where he had like daydreams and like stuff doesn't happen.
I have not
I
seen
can
that. Is
imagine
Gus
you-
in that movie?
I just can imagine you walking out of your office past Gus. It's like, sup. But the dream version is him like peeking up from his monitor, and you like pat him on the head.
He had long Labrador ears, but I would walk out and you would always be right there, and we would talk about stuff. And then I would go, oh, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. And I would go back in my office. But now, if I want to have that same experience, I have to walk, like a quarter marathon.
Yeah.
Have you ever come
Basically.
over here just to look at him and then walk back?
I did once, and it was disappointing because he wasn't in here. And I realized I had no idea where you were.
I'm still trying to get my
And
bearings.
it was very sad.
I'm totally cool with everything in the office, like how it's kind of long.
You are not.
When it comes to this bit, I don't know how to get here.
Every time I see you right here, you're like, I need to go to the bathroom.
Well, the thing is,
Where is it?
every time I come here, I come from a different angle. I walked to the set from behind the set.
Yeah, Gavin,
I have no idea
right
how
before the podcast, we were trying to get in here and we couldn't find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wheeling Kerry around in one of the moving boxes.
Yeah, you got to tour the whole office that way, Gavin.
By the way, how much is it to replace one of those moving boxes? Because we may have.
Yeah.
Are you stealing moving boxes?
No, we may have
no.
just completely ruined one of them.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
They put Kerry in one of the boxes.
Oh, I
push me
thought
around.
you were saying that the box was the new honey wagon.
oh, you think I'm dumping,
Is that how
dumping
you're-
in moving boxes?
Why don't we do that? Just take it to the dumpster.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
dumpster.
The dumpster.
Yeah.
Kerry's
There
been
you go.
emptying his sinuses into another one.
You're not on the podcast anymore, Miles.
You got kicked off.
You
Mr.
shut your mouth.
Mr. Piss Your Pants.
Go release another Red versus Blue episode. Get back to work.
Oh, did we
what-
talked about season 12 coming out, right? on this one?
Did we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we mentioned it at the top of the show. We haven't talked about it a bit more.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Yes.
man.
I'm glad you're
This
not on the
season-
podcast anymore now.
Thanks, Kerry.
So season 12, every Monday we'll be releasing new episodes
Yes.
until the end of the
Yes.
season.
We're doing PSAs as well?
You
We
got
are?
it, Kerry.
That was Gavin.
What?
You got it, Gavin.
God, this is gonna be annoying. Yeah, so every Monday we'll have new episodes of Red vs. Blue on Rooster Teeth for
Yeah.
people to watch.
Is it 5 p.m. for sponsors, 7 for everybody else? Was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Barbara's saying yes.
Barbara says
All right.
yes.
Hi,
knows.
Barbara.
So with these
They're very
new
funny.
lights, I have a real hard time seeing off of the set.
Yeah.
Like it's so bright.
Yeah.
Like I have a hard
Yeah,
time.
no,
Like,
you're right.
Until now, I didn't know that was Barbara.
Is this arrow pointing the other way? Was it
So-
pointing inwards
It was
before?
no, it wasn't pointing inwards, but it was. I think the angle may have been a little different.
Miles, is it obtuse?
Yeah.
What's the hypotenuse on the angle that it used
Miles,
to be?
put your feet up against it.
So a hypotenuse is like the long side of a triangle, right? Is it or something?
Yes.
Oh, so
They're your cast now, man.
Why do you keep talking then? Shut up. Miles is trying to partake in the podcast.
And
enough said.
every angle has to add up to 180 degrees in a triangle?
Yes.
Even though a triangle isn't a semicircle?
Yes. What are we
Well,
in?
180 degrees is half a circle. I don't know how a triangle makes half a circle.
How high in
I
math?
have no idea why that works.
like when you're in England as you were, what is the highest math class you took or like you take generally?
It's math. What do you mean math? I took math.
They didn't,
Oh, like my qualifications.
it didn't have a name?
I did
Yeah.
a GCSE in maths.
What
What does that
letters?
mean? What does GCSE stand for?
like calculus, trigonometry? Any of these sound familiar?
I
Geometry.
did a bit of algebra and all that, like x equals y and all that.
Algebra. All right.
we should have pop quizzes one
Yeah.
day at Rooster Teeth where we just have like an algebra test
Yeah.
that everyone has to take.
Can we just have
You know,
him
I mean,
take the
at
SAT?
other companies they do like intelligence tests for
Oh.
you
So
to
do you
get
think
a
you
job.
fire the person who's got the lowest
Would
score?
anybody here still have a job?
You know,
if we did
you know how I know
intelligence
that? Because people here don't know how to close a fucking door.
tests? That's
Well,
true.
here's the thing. Say you took that test here. You
Oh,
fire-
I'd fail it too.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about everyone takes a test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fire the people, like the 10 people with the lowest score. I think you would fire everyone who's on camera on a regular basis.
That's
how
probably-
they would
that's
just
probably
be.
true.
Like the accounting would be here still, and
the people who actually
the
like
camera crew.
Hey, actually
And
understand the
everyone in
cameras.
that
Yeah.
room.
RT podcast accounting episode. That would be a great episode.
We should definitely get.
How much do
Pivot
these
tables.
How much do you
Would
think
be
these
the
mics
entire
cost?
hour.
Yeah.
I think we should get Tall Ashley on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's her name, right?
Yeah.
Tall
Yeah.
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Tool
Wait,
Ashley.
Tool.
Tool.
How did you say it earlier?
Tool. Tool.
Tool Ashley.
Tall. That conversation made sense, right? That thing with the
Well, yeah. Once I understood
like-
that
what
you're
do you
saying
mean?
the word
Lunatic.
tall and not tool.
I thought you meant mechanics.
Yeah,
Literally.
I did too. I thought you meant like I was like, why are you so specific
I
about
thought they had like
whose
opened
hair?
up the hatch.
Yeah.
And like the tape had gotten on their hair when the hatch was open, and then they had closed it back up.
Yeah, and they went, oh, my DNA. Oh.
Right in the DNA.
What does DNA stand for?
Man, deox.
No, I was asking you. God, just push the fucking buttons. Don't talk. Is it so hard?
This is for Matt.
I had 25% of the answer. Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Very good.
Is that right?
Wow.
What's RNA? Just ribonucleic
I
acid,
believe
right?
so. Yep.
Just dropped the
Oh, it's
deoxy.
like the D was
the
dinosaur.
deoxy got
Can
left
you
out
have
of the party.
RNA? Do you, do you have any?
I can sell
have,
you
like-
some. Or are you looking to buy some?
Did you have a urinal with a face on it? I'll deposit it all
Yeah,
over.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that.
Meet
like
me,
little
meet me in the
arms.
honey wagon later, Gav.
We'll make it nice and sweet.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Just don't trip.
I kind of want to like wait till you go in and just like rock it now.
So
Dude.
I keep getting told that we have, do we
This
have
honey
two?
wagon's a rockin'.
No, there's not two. There's one side's men and one side's women.
I've only seen the men's side. People keep telling me there's a women's side.
Yeah, just go to the left.
Okay, and not that I need to go there. I don't know why I'm asking, but it's like I don't understand where it is. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Is there really a difference? Like, do we have to treat it as like men and women? Why?
Yeah, I'm just in a mild situation right now.
Two stalls. Okay.
Should we,
What if I really need a poop?
should we wrap up this mother?
Yeah, we are. We are at time to wrap. You lucked out. You made it.
I just
Dude,
started
I'm
talking
in
about
there.
poop.
I've needed to
Yeah.
pee for a while. And I tried telling myself that it was mental. It's a load of
It's
rubbish.
not
I don't know what I was talking about.
Fucking idiot.
Hold on, I gotta get this set up.
What are you doing?
I'm getting set up. We're gonna do this thing.
All right.
So I want to thank everyone for watching.
Thanks a
We'll
lot.
be back next Monday with another episode of RT Podcast, and this Wednesday with an episode of The Patch.
The Patch.
So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you all then.
You made
And
a
my camera's
portrait.
fucked up. I tried to do something. Oh well. Bye.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye.
Off to the honey wagon.
Run, Gavin!